Alrighty. When last we left our heroes, Task the Kobold Ranger, Greckles the Kenku Rogue, Borky the Orc Barbarian, Panic the Tiefling Bard, and two close heroic comrades, Remy the Kenku Fighter and Lily the Gnome Druid. The party was beset by tragedy as the Silver King, an ancient silver dragon, struck at the heart of their home, the Sweet Dragon, and stole away their resident wizard, Willow. Now allied with Doros, Willow's Goliath boyfriend, the party followed the dragon's shadow and ran into their old friend Lily. After a tense tussle with some crag cats, a loud chipmunk with a nutty need, and a harsh blow from some stone giants, the party has now entered the cold tome entrance of a well-carved doorway, slowly making their way to the peak and closer to the ancient silver dragon.
A nutty need. Oh, I had to bite my tongue hard on that one.
I know.
Yep.
Oh,
So,
it's real.
Monty, can you kind of describe when we walk through what we see? Is it
It
just
is-
caves?
It is as you walk in, the first thing that catches your attention as you walk in is the floor is perfectly flat. It is carved flat.
Okay.
There's not a blemish or a bump like a natural stone. It has all been carved down to perfection. The walls still have the texture of stone, and so does the ceiling with stalactites? Stalagmites?
They're stalactite because they might fall.
Yeah, stalactites. Pointing down. As you guys
Okay.
walk in, Doros kind of staggers a bit.
Borky, like, just grabs him by the shoulder. You doing okay? You got hit really hard back there.
Borky, roll a medicine check.
Oh boy, that is not my.
Have fun, big guy.
Oh man. Okay, 1 second.
Make
Also,
them
Monty-
big boys proud.
Monty, music and sound effects a little lower. Is that cool?
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to get it. It's not
you're
letting
good.
me.
Just a smidge.
That's a 19.
Not bad.
Perfect, Monty.
How's that? Perfect. Okay, good. As you look at Doros, he kind of like leans up against the wall of the cave and slides down. You see the back of his head is a large red bleeding wound from the rock. As he kind of slides down, his armor scrapes against the stone until boom, the ground kind of shakes, and he sits down and kind of groans and kind of grabs the back of his head.
Oh jeez. Chase, Greckles, everyone.
Yes.
All right, Task will walk up to Doros. I'm gonna cast Healing Hand on him. Does he notice me hold my hand up?
He does. He grabs your wrist and he just gently lowers it down. And he just puts up a finger like just give me some time, basically, is what he says, as he kind of just rubs the back of his head. And you see his hands kind of glow with the divine light as he's just trying to kind of
And I just kind of smirk and I go, well, that just took the wind out of my sails. I was gonna slap your hand away. I was gonna slap my hand away and tell you, not unless you start acting more smart in the midst of combat, not get so heated in anger.
Perhaps we shouldn't
Sighs.
ridicule each other. In fact, perhaps we should use this time to talk.
What'd you have on your mind?
Well, we're about to face an ancient dragon who has one of our friends in his clutches. I figure we need a plan. And in order to create a plan, we need to know all of the information we have available to us. So, I will be more than happy to start. As I mentioned before, I have been tailing the Silver King in Alavas for the last few days. What I found out, and I spoke to Doros about this in the town earlier, he was looking for someone very specific. And it's the same person that caused him to turn down Solly's hand in marriage, which leads me to believe it is somebody he wishes to wed. I don't think it's a coincidence he went after Willow. My question to all of you would be this. What do you know about her beyond what she's done in Alavast? Perhaps a pseudonym, or perhaps something she did when she was still in Elpma.
I know that she doesn't use her last name at all. She just goes by Willow.
Is Willow her true first name?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, we never poke a fry, you know.
Greckles is going to look over at Doros and flash the note,
which the letter?
the letter. Closed, but in hand, as if to say, is this okay?
He looks really ashamed. He kind of looks down to the stone. He slowly nods.
Everyone, Greckles walks forward without saying a word, opens the letter to let anyone who wants to take it in their hand take it and read it.
I will make that accessible to everybody in the documents.
I mean, Remy would naturally go to grab it. Is this the same one that we read last time?
Yeah, a letter to Willow intended for Doros. It's available there.
Oh. All
It
right.
should just appear in found documents.
It should be the top thing in found documents.
So I'm gonna look this over, but we read it last time, so unless you want to read it again.
I'm
Okay,
good.
good.
I mean, just out of character.
No, this is good to know, because... oh, right. Okay, good. Where did you get this?
Looks so very, very specifically looks over to Doros.
Doros doesn't want to look up. He looks really upset.
Can I insight check him?
Yeah, absolutely.
19.
Ooh, let me hide. He's gonna... Nope. And his charisma's not that great. Oh, actually, it's not half bad. He's just not very good looking.
Wow.
He's got a
Okay.
stern face. He's got a stern face. You get the sense that he's like, he wants to push on, but he knows he's kind of like struggling right now between wanting to just keep going, doesn't really want to dwell on what's happened. He wants to like find her basically, but at the same time he's trying to be smart. Like he knows he's hurt, he's got to rest a little bit, and he's also dealing with like, who is Willow? I like this person who I've got this really close connection to, like what's going on. Out of everyone you can gather, he is the one who is the most concerned about what the truth is right now. And
Which
it's
makes
sort of
perfect sense.
sort of hurting him a little bit.
So he's not so much ashamed of this note in particular, just at the general situation of not knowing what's wrong with his loved one.
Yeah, basically.
Can I?
Okay, that's actually good to know. That's a good distinction.
Can I see that note?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna look at the things that have been scribbled out.
Okay.
Is there a way that I could clean the ink off with prestidigitation in places that would form a word?
The better question is, does anybody have a forgery kit?
Ho ho ho
Ho ho!
ho ho ho. Borky, come here for a second. I need to get into the crotch bag.
Oh, get in there.
All right. Oh God, that's deep. Oh, that's okay. No, nope, that's about.
Mind defers. Mind defers.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. Ooh, oh God, this is heavier than I thought it was. Ugh. All right. So, out of character, Monty, what do I need to do?
You need to roll a forgery check.
Yeehaw, and I get
Should be able just to
advantage
click
that.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're a Kenku.
Is that a skill or is that?
That is a tool. Forgery kit is a tool.
It is not in my tools.
Then I will grab one for you. That was a long time ago.
That was a long time. That was one of the first things that I picked up.
That was the character creation. That's how
Yeah.
long ago that was.
That was great. It's finally come full circle.
Digging deep into those character creations.
Forgery
yeah.
kit. There you go.
I could also, could you also throw the herbalist kit, and I think there was another kit in there. I know that we gotta keep it with Borky, but just for ease of access.
You are proficient in this as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say, because it doesn't tell me, for what you are doing, I will say this will be a dexterity check. Usually I would make an intelligence check, but you're not forging something. You're kind of restoring something.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the idea is to keep a steady hand here. So roll a dexterity check with advantage.
Is there any way I could aid him with prestidigitation?
That's a 24.
Woo!
No, you do not need to.
Thank Christ.
Oh, good job, Grex.
Oh.
So you guys watch as with the assistance of, does anybody have a light spell at all? Any sort of light source?
I can cast prestidigitation.
I was gonna say,
to create
prestidigitation
light.
could probably do that.
Okay. As you guys kind of help huddle around Greckles. The first name, you're able to kind of smudge off a lot of the ink. And based on the indents of the pen, you are able to basically find out that it's W-I-L something 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 W. The first one is Willow, essentially. You're able to determine. The second one, which is scribbled out more furiously, is EL, and then the middle is undistinguishable, and ETH at the end.
Oh!
Something you want to tell us there?
Above game, yes. In do I see the letter?
You all see it.
I mean,
yeah, you all see
I
it.
would tell everyone.
So as you begin to scribble off the second name, everyone sees Remy's eyes go absolutely wide.
Photorealistic Remy.
Yeah. Eagle beak open, or falcon beak
It's
open.
the fucking meme of the falcon looking at the camera going, oh!
Are we absolutely sure that she wrote this?
I mean, that just depends on how much you believe in my skills there, Remy. Why? What's wrong?
The name, ELETH. The full name is Elizabeth.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a pretty name.
That's not a bad name. Why'd you change it?
Because she was hiding.
Oh.
Because she, if this is to be believed, and assuming there's not another one with the same name, also trying to hide, I believe she may be the last surviving member of the royal family of Eldmore.
That's awesome!
What?
You have to stick with me here. Back when the Silver King slaughtered the royal family, all of the children, as well as the king and queen, were slaughtered except for one child that got away. And I promise you, if that dragon wanted that child dead, it would be dead. But I overheard the Silver King talking to the council. Don't ask me how. Everybody roll an insight check on Remy right now.
Oh.
Sure thing. What
Hey.
Okay.
No, trust me, Monty.
That's a
Okay.
21.
17. 22.
Man, are you guys seeing this, like, this cave fungus growing off the wall here? Like, holy shit.
Ooh, 14 for
Nice.
Lily. Limes, when you roll, just for the podcast, just say your roll out loud.
Curtis, did you roll?
14.
Yes, I did. I said 17.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
So, Chris, I'm sorry. Everybody else, Lime, you know Remy's kind of speaking in kind of a weird way and looking at the members of the Unexpectables to try to make eye contact so that they understand what he's doing. Everybody but Zito knows he's talking about the moment that we were all spying on the Silver King, but he's making it sound like he was the only one there to cover for you guys. You would all figure that out.
So yeah,
Oh.
Doros is kind of like looking and is like kind of, the gear is running in his head right now. Like he's looking at the floor. He's like looking up at you guys, kind of like scratching his head, healing his wound at the same time. You see him kind of mouthing the word like Elizabeth, like just kind of like, that's a pretty name, but what?
When I heard him talking, he described essentially wrecking Eltmer and attacking the family, and he spoke of a king, of an heir, of a person that left, and also a person that tipped him off in the first place. I believe that is Willow, for that would be the reason to leave her alive. Otherwise, he would have slaughtered the entire family.
So is he trying to legitimize his claim to the throne?
Assuming she is the last remaining heir of Eltmore, and he has some interest in ruling Eltmore, the way to establish his rule would be to marry the next in line to the throne, and that would be this Elizabeth.
Then wait. Who are the Eltmer Royalists working for?
They weren't working for anyone. They had their own interests. The king and queen were vicious. Their sons were in their mold, I guess is the best way to say it. But they had 2 daughters, and it seems one of them survived.
I think I remember them saying they wanted to put the old rulers back on the throne. They had to have been working for
Wait, weren't they...
somebody connected to the royal line.
What, weren't they kidnapping girls from Eltmer?
I think they were just kidnapping anybody.
They were trying to find her.
Maybe.
Wait a second. You're implying she wasn't there? That she had already run away?
No, it's here in Alivast. You see what happened? There was a bunch of Eltmer cultists. And they were attacking all the ladies from Eltmer as well.
Because they were probably looking for her.
That's exactly what I said, but it sounds better coming out of your mouth.
Wait,
No. I understand what you're saying now. I think you're right.
I feel like you remember that man that came into the tavern.
Go on.
Hosterod got him. He was
There was a guy who did invade your guys' tavern and he died.
Yep.
Right.
maybe he found out.
Well, the bigger question is, what are we going to do about this?
We need to approach this situation very carefully. Look, there are political ramifications to pretty much any outcome other than us returning with both the Silver King and Willow alive and subdued.
Is there no way we can just tell the Silver King that she actually fled just to escape this nonsense? That she wants nothing to do with any of this royalty?
Here is what I have noticed about the way the Silver King operates. He will carry out his own agenda, and if it so happens to aid people, for example, your egg task, I now believe he used that to get people out of your tavern. Yes, in the end it will help you, but it forwarded his own agenda. He is very concerned with ruling Eltmer, and I don't understand why, because for the longest time he had no interest in the region of Alton or anything else. He was a neutral party, and only when he found out that they were going to attack him did he take any interest, and based on what I overheard, he was quite vengeful about it. So I don't understand his motives. Without that, we can't possibly know. What we do know is that he is probably trying to marry Willow to legitimize his place as king, because right now it is simply him calling himself a false king.
Okay,
Doros
well...
immediately stands up,
Oh, damn it.
and the shadows of the light source you guys are using to do your forgery flickers on his face. And each shadow and each curve, as he slowly, with his head held high, looks down to all of you. I need you guys all to roll wisdom saves.
Oh boy.
Oh, no!
That's not one of my best stats as an
Oh, wait,
barbarian.
I just rolled a straight wisdom. I apologize.
Oh no.
13.
So I got Remy got a 9.
That's
20!
Come
on, Limes!
Two.
Limes,
I channel all my intelligence and wisdom into Limes.
Lime's just too focused on what the fuck is going on.
I don't understand what you're saying. Hi, Doros.
Yeah, Lily's just kind of been like wringing her hands. She doesn't understand any of this political stuff, so she's just like, ah.
Well, yes, the moss is quite great, Zito. Task.
As you guys look over to Doros, he looks furious. He looks so angry right now. The idea of someone taking away Willow, you can see it turning him into someone else almost for a moment. You know Doros. He's scary looking usually, but he's always been calm. But in this moment, he looks angry. And
oh, go ahead.
he turns to you guys
Oh no.
and he says out loud,
What?
What?
I'm going to kill a fucking dragon.
Ah!
I'm going to...
I recall.
and
Yes!
pulls out the sword and he keeps walking.
Yeah!
Greckles is immediately going to is going to try and get his attention.
Oh, okay,
You
guys.
guys
gonna
know
try to do the-
right, by the way.
Guys,
Everybody but Limes is currently shaken at the moment.
Oh,
okay.
gosh darn it.
Do we all
Guys,
do we all do the jaw drop to the ground thing? Let me hear his voice.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you.
I didn't catch what that was because I didn't see text, I didn't see audio, I blanked out.
Oh.
I didn't hear anything. Like, I heard, this is what he says, and then everyone's
Oh,
just
he
like,
says. So Doros said, "I'm going to kill a fucking dragon."
oh, okay.
Meanwhile, Lily's like, okay, and just wanders
Yeah,
off.
You keep a leg with him. You're right next to him as he's just continues walking. He's just on a mission at this point.
Yeah, Lily
How
like
long are we
rummages
all
into her
frozen in
bag.
stun silence?
Yeah,
Sorry,
Lily
what was
rummages
that?
into her bag and grabs like a health potion and holds it up like, would you like this? She's just happy to be there.
He reaches down, he grabs it with one thumb, he pops open the cork, and he just takes it like a shot, and he throws it against the wall, shattering the bottle, and keeps walking.
Mazel tov.
Okay.
That happened.
Borky leans into Panic's voice, leans into Panic's ear. Oh.
Oh no, he sounds hot.
We have to stop him.
Well, we have to monitor your face. Let's follow Doros.
Borky takes off after Doros.
Doros, wait!
You guys chase after him through this dark and empty hallway. Who has dark vision?
I do.
We all do, I think.
Except for you have the goggles.
Yeah.
Remy, you don't, and
I
Line's
don't, but I can write it on my character sheet real fast.
Yeah, you could if you actually had it.
Gnomes don't have it, do they?
I do not believe
I think they have low light.
Can we continue to use prestidigitation just to like see in front of us so we don't trip over our own feet?
Technically, that's not how that spell works. So I'm gonna say no.
Does no one have any sort of like?
You guys have
do you have a-
torches.
Oh wait, I have a torch.
We all have
we all have
torches.
torches. Wait, who has the torch that we used last time? Because we can just reuse it.
Doros should
had
have
one.
that.
Yeah, he had one.
Never mind. Remy will let torch.
Everyone's favorite part of the stream, inventory management.
Yeah, no, Remy's got a torch. He'll light it. That's easy.
You can
enough to
see
do.
in dim light, Lily, but you can't see. You can't see in darkness, which this is pretty much is. It's a very dark cave.
Stay next to me. I got really good eyes in the dark, Lily.
Okay, Borky. And she kind of like reaches up and just puts like her hand as high on Borky as she can reach, just to make sure that she stays pretty close to
Is
him.
she holding on to like the tops of the boots?
Yeah, essentially. As you guys walk, you hear a clunk noise as Doros walks into a wall because he doesn't have dark vision.
How far does my torch reach?
I believe it is 30 feet with just like full light, and then another 60 feet of dim light. So
Cool. Well then,
by the time you run and catch up, you guys are able to see.
Cool.
Doros.
I hear.
Oh,
Go
sorry,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead, Chris.
I was about to say. I was just gonna say, Taz, was just go up to Doros. Doros, you were raised by kobolds. You know that you can't see that far. Allow me to take front.
Kind of defeatistly is just like, okay.
Get in the light. I'll take point.
He goes back and he stands next to you, Remy, and he shoots you a look, Remy.
Should I insight check the look?
Yeah, insight check that.
Is he casting
21.
21?
21.
He's giving you the look of yeah, you're right, but you didn't have to say it. Like, with all that information, he's like...
Did you have to?
Yeah.
Like, it was good and great until I know everything now, basically, is the vibe you're getting. Like, ignorance
Doros,
is bliss
can I
in
ask
a
you a
way.
very poignant question? Do you want to love someone real, or do you want to love a fictitious idea of them?
He looks sad.
I need you to trust me. We're going to get her back, but we can't do it with brute force.
His grip on the sword tightens.
Look, listen to me. All of you need to listen to me. The Silver King was here as a dignitary in Alavast. He has broken numerous laws.
I was about to say, is everyone going to ignore the fact that he just completely obliterated sovereignty?
Greckles is right. Right now, we have the advantage. He is acting irrationally because he is very close to what he wants, and he believes he can simply take it.
And I know this sounds very, this sounds very ill coming from my mouth, thinking that I'm going against my own kin, but we do have his children as collateral.
I was going to say, I think I understand how he works. He loves two things. One, his ego. He loves his prideful stature as a king, as a all-powerful dragon. And two, he loves other dragons. Task with Torosk, he was very impassioned when he returned him to his true form. He was very defensive of his children. We have ways to rattle his cage without attacking him, and if he attacks us, it will incite a war. We just need to keep cool and keep calm.
As you say that, the cave ceiling shakes above you. Bits of stone drop down, pelting you guys on top of the head. Task, roll a perception. Task, roll a perception with advantage.
With an 11.
That's a pass. You had to get over 10.
Thank God.
Yeah, just barely. You hear a dragon's roar. It's at a distance, but you hear a roar. You're unable to ascertain the emotion behind it, but it is a roar. So, And as you hear it, there is a shaking to the mountain almost.
We're close.
Lily, I would like you to make a perception check.
Hooray! This one.
Oh my god.
Woo!
20,
roll, Lily?
22.
Nice. As you guys kind of are making your way, you begin to see light at the end of the tunnel. And as you press forward, Lily, you see 4 large forms up ahead. And immediately you know danger's ahead. And you press up against the wall. How do you respond with your companions?
As I've like had a hand on Borky this entire time, I kind of like slap his leg, like Borky, there's something ahead.
What? Guys, shh, guys. Lily says there's something ahead. What do you see, Lily?
Immediately, I try to disappear.
Yep.
That's a 14. That is not.
Can I tell, like, what are, like, Lily can tell what
Lily-
their shapes are. What are their shapes?
You kind of like, you get between cram yourself between 2 rocks to kind of get a better vantage point, a better look. You see 4 stone giants. What looks like a watch, almost like a breezeway, carved out of the side of the mountain. There's large, almost window-like nooks. And you see kind of standing at post at 2 of these nooks are 2 stone giants, similar to the ones you guys fought, but dressed in very intriguing garb. They have markings of blood on their bodies, red, bright crimson, and they're wearing on their heads the full pelts of, similar to the cats that you guys saw that you fed the rations to, very large pelts. And on the forehead of the cat pelts is a handprint of blood. And on their back, strapped, you see large, almost wooden logs with carvings of different sorts in the back. And the other one has one made of stone with similar carvings. And they're both currently talking to the 2 giants that you do recognize, 2 other ones. One currently tending to a bleeding foot, and the other one tending to a multitude of arrow wounds, plucking out arrows, which are the 2 stone giants that ran away in your combat. And they are currently speaking to each other in giant aggressively. You hear kind of yelling and squabbling up ahead.
How loud is that?
Loud enough with an appropriate perception check, someone might be able to hear.
Because I know,
it.
because Borky and Remy speak giant, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
if you
Borky
can-
and Remy, if you want to do perception checks, you
That'd be
absolutely
awesome.
can. You guys can't see them, but you can.
We can
definitely
hear them,
them
I
around
think,
the
16.
room. Yeah. Nice. That's enough.
That's
And then
not
Remy?
bad. 15.
Perfect. 15 was what you needed.
Sweet.
So the both of you kind of lean up against the wall, and you hear 2 stone giants, the ones you assume are the ones that you guys fought earlier, just like, and the small folk are coming up the mountain now. Is nothing sacred anymore? And then you hear calmly from one of the ones wearing the pelt going, "Go inside the keep. You are wanted there. We will deal with the small folk. If they make their way up the mountain, we will crush them as we've crushed any small folk." And the other one says, "We should just go down the mountain and be rid of them all." The other one goes, "No, that is not the stone giant way. If they impede on our territory, we kill them without slight. But we are not like our Jotun brothers. We do not kill small folk just for existing, as much as, yes, I agree we should. Now go inside." And you watch as the 2 stone giants the wounded ones kind of turn around the corner. You hear the sliding of stone and then ka-toom as they disappear. And the other 2 backs turned to you now, look back out down their post on the side of the mountain. The snow wind blowing, tussling the fur of their cloaks.
Question, is there light coming from outside so that I would be able to extinguish this so we're not seen? The flame, that is?
Well, if you want to extinguish the sun, I mean, you can try.
Well, no, I mean the torch that I have. Is there enough light where I can put it out so we're not...
Yes,
Have this
absolutely. They
giant-
haven't
okay.
noticed you, so I'm just going to pull up the map real quick here.
Cool.
Just to give
So I'm
you
gonna
guys
put
sort
that
of
out since we can all
visual
see.
reference.
Yeah, sounds good.
So what are they saying?
Well, it looks like they're more defensive than offensive. They only attacked us
Yes.
because we stepped into their territory, right? Right, Remy?
That's what I was able to gather, yes. They don't seem very happy about it, but they said they won't attack anyone that doesn't impede on their territory.
Well,
If
do they...
if that's the case, then do you think we can negotiate with them? Tell them that one of our own was taken in, and we can
Lily
leave as soon as we
squeaks.
find them.
Lily squeezes.
What?
I don't think that would be a very good idea. I don't think these stone giants are very nice. And she's just like trembling
What's
all
wrong?
over. She's absolutely terrified.
Borky like hugs Lily.
What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Did they hurt you?
Oh, they're very, very frightening. I've heard stories about they do stay inside their mountain and they don't want to be bothered, but I think the minute you get in their way, they'll just hurt you. And I don't want you guys to be hurt. I don't want you to be hurt, Porky.
I'll be okay. I'll be okay. I'm tough. I'm tough, and I got you to heal me.
You are tough. That's true.
You have an HP of 60. I have half that.
Lily,
Yes.
do you believe there's any way to negotiate with them, or is this an unavoidable fight?
I don't know. I don't think negotiating with them would be a very good idea. I don't think they even really would consider you something to negotiate with. I think they just see you as a pest. Whenever I'm around them, I just hide. They're really scary.
Can we not distract them somehow and then try to sneak around them?
I mean, I could probably draw them away with Doros, and they would be focused on us while you snuck behind them, but
That's just
you would still have to run.
You're just risking. I heard the word keep. I think they got a base of operations nearby.
They might have something to do with the sacred area that we saw. Perhaps this is some kind of place of worship.
Oh, this is bad.
Can I?
Knowledge history if you want.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask if you don't mind. I'll try
This
that again.
one won't probably need a very high save too.
Oh boy, come on, Remy. I need you to roll high on a history check that you're not good at.
I will say panic as well. Roll a history.
15.
Okay.
Okay, 15. 11.
11.
Okay, that's still enough. Between the two of you, you've read like a few stories, light stories, Panic on stone giants and kind of their culture. They're really elusive. They're hard to find compared to like, your hill giants or your frost or your fire. Generally, they are neutral for the most part, but they tend to lean one way or the other. Some giants are more keen to listen to folks when it's usually on their terms, but when it's the opposite, they tend to be very aggressive. Additionally,
Jeepers.
what was that?
That was my phone. I thought that was my phone not turning off. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Apologies.
The other thing with them is that in terms of worship, they consider the surface, like not caverns, as like a dream world. It is considered a mystifying dream world to them. And in that sense, it is almost deemed sacred to them. So you get the sense that this is almost a place, potentially, since it's a mountain and it's probably a tall surface, could be related to that sort of mentality they have about the surface world.
So in the readings that either Panic or I have done, is there any way to identify if there would be an appropriate way to approach them on said sacred grounds?
Generally, you're not supposed to at all.
Got it.
Not recommended.
Okay, so there's
If
just
you meet them on like neutral ground, then usually there's a chance at like talk. But if you're on their territory, not huge fans of that.
And they consider their territory essentially anything inside the mountain on this like marble floor.
I mean, considering that they're here, probably.
How would that explain the reaction when we were on neutral ground when they attacked us the first time? Was that just them? Do they consider
it was a neutral ground?
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. Remy's going to give a quick look to Panic, who seems to be putting stuff together, and then turn back to the rest of the group. I think this might be unavoidable. We're already pretty deep into their territory. They get very hostile against anyone who trespasses on what they deem to be sacred ground, and this, pointing at the marble floor, is definitely considered sacred to them.
You know, as much as I like a good fight, sorry, Task. As much as I like a good fight, I just feel bad about fighting these guys because they've not really done us wrong.
We can at least attempt to speak to them, Borky. We speak their language, but we should be prepared for the worst.
Well, if we just speak to them, we lose the element of surprise.
Yes.
And these guys, and Borky looks up and down at all of their like, all the gear.
Really?
Like,
These guys don't look like regular These guys don't look like regular giants.
Well, look here, at the very least. He's going to point out the area between the two mountain peaks. We at least have a small choke point here, so hopefully we'd be able to keep them from overwhelming us.
Maybe some of us stay behind and some of us go to negotiate, and if things turn bad.
Where is it? Are we trying to get inside their house?
No,
We're trying to get past their walls to get up further in the mountain, I believe. I assume that's where the dragon is.
I could maybe hide us.
Oh?
How so?
I can cast a spell, and it would put us all in the shadow and make us really, really quiet, and maybe we could sneak past them, but if it's not like a guarantee, and they might find us anyway, but I could try. That's how I get past them when I find some.
It's not a bad idea.
That's a very good idea.
I think that's our best shot.
If it all falls apart anyways, get to the back.
Okay.
Before
Doris starts to take off his armor
Remy will begin taking his off as well.
because it's gonna give disadvantage if you.
Oh
see-
wait, no, Remy doesn't because he's in lighter armor. He can keep.
Yeah,
his
you're in
armor.
light armor. You're fine.
Borky,
Yeah,
Borky just
Doris
pull,
is not.
Borky just kind of
Can
pulls
I-
out the fanny pack of holding.
Get it in.
Doris just starts loading in his armor piece by piece, quietly and
Before-
carefully.
Before he does that, can I look at the armor, and do I recognize the make?
His armor,
Yes.
the
he's
make.
a paladin.
Yes, he's a
paladin.
paladin of Avon. You can absolutely.
Wait a minute.
What would that be?
That would be a what would that be? Identifier. I would say just a straight intelligence check.
Street intelligence?
Yeah, just straight intelligence.
Okay,
check.
here I go. Ooh, natural 20.
Natural 20.
Oh, big 20, baby.
Woo lad.
the roll
It is
succession much
not your
better.
father's work.
Wait.
Alright. let's-
It's a little too ceremonial and a little bit too attached to the faith that you think your father would be involved. Someone who is probably a member, like a very high member of the faith, probably made that armor.
Real quick, Borky Borky kind of holds up his hand.
Wait,
While Doros is stripping.
wait a second. I got an idea. What if they was distracted and we tried sneaking at the same time? What if we just the both of them at the same time? Crackles.
That is some.
Crackles. You got the
would
bird.
help.
You got the bird of annoyance, and it's not you.
To be fair, Borky, I have a lot of ways I could distract these guys.
No,
Oh
but
yeah,
the-
you do have the seagull still.
you have this. You have that seagull, the one that's supposed to be the seagull of distraction. I think this is the time to use it.
Borky, I have other. I've got a couple of ideas of my own, but I'm saving that for.
There's a time and place for it.
All
It's
right, I'm going to inside Borky to see if he wants to suck the soul out of my poor bird to fuel his bird.
Roll a deception check, Borky.
I don't. I actually think it's a good idea. Out of character.
Okay.
Oh no.
Do I still have to roll?
You also know that Greckles is capable of all kinds of illusionary spells. That's his thing.
Yeah, but the
Well,
bird.
hang on. Above game, so we know that Lily can make us all essentially into shadows, right?
Yeah.
Does the spell work for all of us?
It's
Yeah.
yeah, it's possible that Trace I can just pick like everyone within 30 feet, I think it is.
We all have to.
Because if Greckles could do a very minor thing, and then we all sneak by to give us a, or we can do nothing at all and just try to sneak.
My belief is if we use that, if we actually send off that bird of annoyance, it'll like fly off a certain direction. They'll chase after it. Like,
That's
more than-
not how it works.
I thought it flies in a circle really high up, or flies.
It
in certain-
distracts one thing.
What?
One.
Yeah.
One
It,
thing.
only- it picks a target and it goes after it for a certain period of time.
That's why I'm hanging on to it because I have
Oh.
I have better things that I can use for
Do
this.
you have like smoke pellets or something that can just like an actual object, or would it be like a spell?
I can create a 15 by 15 foot cube of whatever the hell you want.
I-
So
Optionally, I could also try to throw my voice.
I can do that in spell form in 3 different ways.
Come on now, it's not a competition.
Wow.
Remy,
Uh,
Remy.
Yes.
What would stone giants be distracted by? What would they attack? What are their natural enemies? I could create anything to distract them, but I need to know what.
If they thought that someone was trying to invade their sacred lands, they would immediately react, or at least one of them would.
How much time do you think it would buy?
It would buy a momentary glance and perhaps a quick look if they thought they saw something.
Lily. what sort of did you see any large flying creatures? Other dragons, griffins, wyverns, anything that would be native to this area that they might go after?
Does Lily know anything like that?
You did see one very unique thing when we went over what you've been up to. There was one thing that kind of stood out to you, which should
was
be in
it?
your notes.
Hopefully it's in my notes.
You can surprise us and whisper it into Gaijin.
I think Lily saw was it the frost salamander?
Yeah, the frost salamander.
Yeah, Lily's seen a frost
That's
salamander.
a big, scary thing.
Is that able to come out of the water though?
That is out of character. That is a creature, as Lily, I'm sure you want to relay it. They love ice and snow. They live anywhere snowy.
Okay.
And they consume warmth. That's what they do.
Yeah, I relay as much to the group as like, there was a giant frost salamander and he was really scary and he would live around here, I think.
Can I do some sort of int check to know what the heck that is?
Roll knowledge arcana, because it's technically a specific type of creature.
That is a 10.
10. With Lily's description of what it looks like, it looks like a long drake-like creature with multiple legs that looks like it's made out of ice, essentially. Sort of blue, freezing skin.
And big teeth. Are they? This is outdoors, and they're on a cliff face.
They are. There's a roof above. It's like a balcony. There's a roof above them. There's a floor, and then there's these giant pillars that are they're staring through. Like they have these windows essentially that they're staring out of, and their backs are turned to you at the moment. They appear very intent on staring out.
And then that wall at the end of the walkway, is that just like a frame, or is that something that has to be opened?
That's a giant door.
Got it.
That is the door you heard closed.
Okay. Can I roll a perception check to see if there's a way to open it from here? Just like whether it's a pull or a push or a spell.
You can do a perception check with advantage.
Sweet. Bless your falcon eyes. And then God said, "Let there be perception," and that's a 19.
19. Okay. You see this on the door.
Okay.
Oh,
great. Is that in
You
giant?
see 3 giant runes inset into the door, almost like buttons.
Okay. Can
and
I
so
read what they say?
You can. Let me grab the translation here.
Woohoo!
Can you
Doing investigative stuff.
Can you say eyes of Remy give me sight beyond sight? Can you do that for me? That'd be great.
Sure. Eyes of Remy, give me sight beyond sight.
There he is.
Initiative.
Damn it!
Is it that volume? Because I'm pretty sure the giants would hear us.
Damn
Okay.
it! Look.
So, and roll for initiative. So,
No!
Borky can't read, so it's a good thing, Remy, you checked this out. Remy, the rune to the left is mountain.
Mountain.
The rune to the left says mountain. The
Okay.
rune in the center is frost or ice.
Okay.
And the rune to the right is sky.
Okay. Sweet. And then just if I inevitably forget because we have to switch them up in some order because we're in like the Makalania temple or something and I pull out my hair, just remind me what they say.
Okay. We could always write the
Yeah, I wrote it down.
I wrote it down. It's just if I forget what symbol means what. Okay. That got it. All right. It looks like the door at the end is perhaps some kind of combination magical lock. There's 3 symbols on the door. He's going to kind of point it out to anybody who wants to take a look. The one on the left is mountain, the center is frost, and the right is sky.
I see.
That's a double 20 for perception.
Nice. You look. You can faintly see the symbols. They look like buttons. They look like clear buttons. I will say this: when those giants left, Lily, you saw that only one button was pressed.
Does she know which one?
Nope, she couldn't see that far, but she just heard
All
one
right, got it.
sound.
Lily heard one boop. Got it.
Yeah, you heard one button press.
Okay, so we have 2 options. We can either 1, looks over at Panic, distress them enough to possibly kill them, like we did last time, or sneak around them and have a 1 in 3 shot.
If we get closer, I can perhaps see if one of the runes is more used than the other. It might not send us where we need to go, but it would get us out of this room.
Possibly, but you would only have maybe 10-second stops.
And the moment we open that door or whatever this thing actually activates, they'll be on us.
It's true.
It's
Hopefully
true.
this door will shut behind us.
We could always go for a sneak attack.
Wait a second.
Yeah. Can we save here?
You can't save scum in D&D, Kaka.
No,
You
can't.
don't know that.
Hey, Monty.
Mm-hmm.
Would we know the layout of this mountain? Like, if there's a way to get up to the top, if there's more caverns in here, like what?
I mean, like a mountain like this. Roll knowledge nature.
Oh boy. This is going to be bad.
Wouldn't Task know some stuff about this?
Yeah, I think Task would be great. I would say Task could roll a survival check because he's a kobold. In
Okay.
fact, Doros could too. Oh wow.
5.
Mountains have snow.
20!
Nat 20! Let's go,
20.
Cito!
Task natural 20. A
With the
mountain
nat
of this
1 on the other side. Heaven or hell, let's rock.
Task, as you kind of stroke your kobold chin, you're like, a mountain of this altitude and size with this particular type of wind current and precipitation probably indicates at least 4 or 5 tunnel systems of significant size. Like, you're
When
just
did-
kind of
when-
calculating in your
When
brain.
did Task's subconscious become the fucking Weather Channel?
Seriously. Look, I don't care, man, because I need the Weather Channel right now.
I could just see the freaking meme of all the equations going past him as his eyes shift left and right.
Well, everyone else is talking. All of a sudden, you see Task. Think. Brain blast. Let's just go up the fucking mountain.
You got it. Let's do it.
This particular type of mountain, Task, probably contains significant large openings, given the amount of water that's coming through, probably carving through the mountain itself. So large, almost valley-like cave structures, as well as probably a ton of tiny ones as well, just due to the mineral content of this. So you would probably find ones that are large enough for giants to live in, but also ones small enough for you guys to kind of sneak around in, almost like mouse holes in a way.
Mm-hmm. Well, I looked at everyone else. We keep thinking about the bigger picture, but what about the smaller picture? There has to be, like, ways that snake through the mountain big enough for something like us to go through, not just the giants.
I would actually take the cold over this chance.
Oh, worst case scenario, I got 2 frost resistance
Lily?
potions.
Yes.
You're able to change your shape to become larger or smaller, take on an animal form, yes? I don't think these giants would notice, for example, a small rat wandering around. If Task is indeed correct, perhaps you might be able to find another way out of this room.
Yeah, I could do that.
Unless there's any other ideas, I'm open to suggestions.
We could just simply leave this cave entrance and look for another one. This isn't the only way. This is just one way.
In your travels, this is the most direct way up to this level of the mountain. At least it's not really deathly treacherous.
Okay. Well, then
Yeah.
I retcon what I say.
Sorry.
I'm wondering if these symbols are actually more specific. For example, let's say there are caverns for these giants to move through. Perhaps the mountain button allows them to move about the mountain internally. Frost might be outside, which would mean sky might get us closer to the top.
Would stone giants possess the ability to actually shift the inside of a mountain to their whim?
No, but
They
but a
they
dragon
might be able to carve out ways to move through it.
Then I would have figured most of them would have a way to get up and figure out what's going on with the dragon impeding there on their territory.
Or maybe they're worshipping it or think it's some kind of deity.
Of course they fucking do.
That's a trigger.
I'm just saying, they know...
you see Tash just fucking hold his face like, oh, of course, fucking.
Look, they know it's here. They hear it as plain as we do.
The ground
Did we hear the
shakes,
sound coming from
giant-
above, by the way?
Yeah, it's coming from above. The giants also begin to move, which shakes the ground. Switch positions.
Oh.
And you do hear almost like an echoing howl from up above, and you see even the giants kind of exchange worried looks and then return to their posts.
So they seem worried by the sounds coming up top.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Perhaps I retract my statement. They seem rather concerned with those noises.
Well, we have one of two options now. Either Lily can go do reconnaissance, or we go outside and find a way up the mountain.
this is still the most, I would assume, direct route up the mountain. I would say, Lily, if you can find another way around them, better that than risking getting squashed into pieces.
I really don't want to be squashed. That's true.
I love you so much.
All right, let's take. Lily, are you up to the task? Not him, though.
Lily like gives Borky a little bit of a salute.
Okay.
Oh God, I'm gonna get this poor girl killed.
Her blood will be on your hands.
Yeah, no
She'll
kidding.
be
Welcome
super
to being a
easy squash
commander.
if she's like a mouse or something.
This is why I let Balfour run the army.
Turns around, looks over to Remy. It's okay, I forgive you, Squash.
God.
Is
Yeah,
she
as
great
the foot
foxing
comes
this?
down and like zooms in on her tiny mouse eyes filled with forgiveness.
It's okay, Snake. I always wanted to die.
What do you want to turn into?
Is it too cold? Like, what? Too cold for like mice and things to be so chilling around the mountain? Is that a common sight? Would Lily know that?
You've seen little rabbits. You've seen little marmots.
Chipmunks?
Chipmunks, yes. you've
Yeah,
seen-
chipmunks.
Boy, have you seen chipmunks.
Yeah, you did.
Gay. So generally like little furry creatures. Rats and mice not. Well, little field mice maybe. But rats probably not.
Okay. I want to say ferret, but there aren't really very many mountain ferrets, you guys.
There's stoats. There's stoats around.
All right, I'm a stoat. I'm beta stoat.
You watch as Lily's form shifts into an adorable white and black stoat. It just lands on the ground. You kind of shake your fur. You do blend in. There is some ice on the ground where you blend in very easily. You kind of take off sniffling. I would like you to roll 3 investigation checks for me.
Alrighty.
Can we
here
say anything to
go.
her before she runs off?
Yeah, you can.
Lily, if you find anything, try to prop yourself up on your hind legs and wave your front arms, I guess, just so that we have a signal you found something.
Okay, the Lily stoat gives like another little stoat salute and then waves its arms as a demonstration.
So cute!
All right, here we go. Investigation, yeah?
Yeah, investigation.
Okay.
3 of them.
Okay.
11, 6,
Come on.
11.
Oh, come on, roll 20.
More
this
ones!
thing and ones, I don't know what's going on. It's frightening me.
Okay, as you run up the side across from the watch point, you guys watch as little tiny Lily Stout jumps over the rocks, kind of in and out. And as she does, she kind of jumps over. One of the giants kind of like turns and looks. And for a second, like your hearts all stop for a second, and it choo!
Oh, thank gosh.
Kind of leans back out. As you're looking, Lily, you don't find anything, but you find another stout.
Another stoat? Like
Yeah.
a friend stoat?
Yeah, like a stout in the wall.
Friend?
Hey, this is my wall. Get out of here.
Oh my god, it's Zeno Stout.
Hey, it's
my
wall.
wall.
Get out of
kid.
here.
Hey, kid, this is my wall. Get
Dude,
moving.
you got any dunks?
Lily looks up at the new friend. She's, oh, it's a beautiful wall. I'm very, very sorry for encroaching. I was wondering if you knew of any other places that we could possibly find a wall for ourselves, maybe out of this general
Oh, yeah,
area.
everybody wants to move into the wall. I get it. It's a nice wall.
It's
Look,
a
look.
lovely wall.
Look, sweet cheeks, it's my wall, all right? If you want a cave, you go talk to the bats, all right?
Oh, okay. Do you know where the bats are?
Oh my god. Look, the bats aren't out here. It's too cold, right? That's why we got the coats and they got the wingy things.
Yeah.
All right, if you want the bats, you go past the brazier up ahead, that big fire thing. Toasty warm. Don't get too close. Singe my tail feathers off. That's fur, whatever. Same deal. You go up there, you make a sharp right, all right? And there's a cave right there. You gotta crawl in there, though, okay?
Okay. Would it be how big exactly would you say it is? One of my companions has had far too many nuts recently.
Oh, you better start sharing. It's tough hunting up here. Look, one of them goats could go through, one of the big goats. They could go through there, but it's a bit hidden. It's underneath some dead grass. So just, pull apart the dead grass and then you should be good to go. Don't be making friends with no goats. They suck, you know? They're just like, bad this and bad that and bad it's cold. And it's like, yeah, of course it's cold. You live on top of a mountain, you schmuck. That's why it's cold.
Should I be offended?
Oh my god! Wait, babushka! Wait.
Man, they're really nailing New York right now.
You do live in Staten. You used to live in Staten Island.
Zito, I love you. If it
Nah,
were a
keep
Canadian
going, Toots, I like it.
You are literally doing what most people do when they come to the East Coast and go, oh, is this how all New Yorkers talk? And literally you're probably just thinking of someone from the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, sure.
You are literally doing that stereotype right now.
But
Congrats,
Zito,
Lonnie.
why do you
she
sound
sounds
like
she could be
that?
on Staten Island, bro.
Staten Island.
Bosco, I swear on me, Jacobs, shut up.
We love you. All right.
Okay, well,
The Stoat's is like, all right, now, do you mind? I gotta get back to hibernation, all right? Like, it's super important.
He's gonna get back to
of course not. Your beauty sleep is so important. Thank you very, very much for your help.
Yeah, beauty speak. That's a funny one. All right, later, lady. He just kind of curls up.
Okay. Lily,
Back
like,
to it.
makes her way back to the group. She can't communicate in Stoat form, right?
No, you can't talk.
That sucks. I wanna stay as Stoat. Can she point?
You
No.
can write.
You can write, yeah.
Oh,
like,
I can. Does
write
anyone
in
have a pen
snow.
and paper?
Well, what gestures do you make?
She gets back over to the group, having like done all of her reconnaissance, and she sits up on her hind legs and like waves her hands around and sort of like considers, like puts the Stoat foot to her mouth like as she thinks, and then she sort of like tries to arrange her paws in a way that would indicate writing, like drops back down, and then
okay.
starts like making scribbling motions on the floor.
All right, roll a performance check. Everybody else, roll an insight check.
Okay.
Are we all leaning in at the same time?
That's a 20.
Yes!
19.
Oh, wow.
22.
14.
You're really good at charades.
All right, roll a
8.
performance check. 8.
No, she's good at charades. Come on.
Well, thank goodness some of you guys rolled over a 20. Remy and Greckles, you watched like Lily Stout begin to kind of like bounce up and down and start doing interpretive dance in the snow. You're able to discern that she has found a cave, and that we should go to the cave immediately.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna ask for pen and paper.
Oh, right. You want a pen and paper?
I mean, if we can just skip that step, because I'm not sure how well she
I
would
like
write
skipping
with.
that step.
Let's skip that. For a
Okay.
series of interpretive moves and your appropriate
Interpretive
insight checks,
You're
you're able
pantomiming.
to basically determine what Stoat Lily is trying to intend.
Would it be back the way we came?
That one is forward past the first giant.
No. Okay.
So she found an entrance past the first giant for all of us
Yeah.
to fit, including the giant Doros.
He's about the size of the goat, I'm sure.
Okay, cool.
Borky and Doros are going to be crawling with their lips.
I believe your stout friend has found a passageway.
Oh, it's good. I hope it's back the other way and not by them.
No, it's not. It's right in front, right between the two.
Lily, can you lead us there, or at least show us?
The Stoat Lily nods.
But don't we need
And
to
she
be
does
in-
like the golden retriever like point with the front paw.
Ding.
Ding.
I don't think the issue is getting over there. I mean, not the issue is finding the place. The issue now is getting over.
Well,
there.
I want Remy to know in game exactly what it is, because now we have to figure past.
Right.
It's
And I
there's a
should-
fire between the two giants opposite to where they're looking. So it is basically behind a fire pit, it looks like.
Would it be possible to use her shadow idea to simply get to that passage?
She can't. Okay. No, never mind. He wouldn't know.
No, I wouldn't.
Well, she could.
No.
She could leave her form and do it.
Vigor is nodding.
Well,
Can you go find where it is so we know exactly, and then we can go for it?
We just did.
well, she marked it. She
Yeah.
went over there and like showed us.
Oh, sorry.
So we
She
know
went
where it
over there.
is. She just has to come back.
All right.
Oh, Remy's gonna try to wave her back. Scurry.
Lily's getting a lot of cardio, and
Yeah.
she heads back to the group.
Yeah, it's a
Don't
point
ever
where you
skip leg
stop
day.
and you just like, and you keep going.
I mean,
Lily,
is-
I apologize. I don't mean to tax you, but is there a way for you to do your shadow trick to get us over there?
not well informed, but I don't know how I could communicate that apart from
Just
more
do like
interpretive
a
moves.
with your over your throat. Nope.
Shake your head. Yeah, just shake your
Yeah,
head.
head
Like,
shake.
All right.
I mean, would Lily be able to tell if the passageway was too small for the stone giants? Like, is it big enough for them?
It is big enough. Definitely, Borky and Doros will have to go like Metal Gear Solid crawl on all fours to get in. Task could probably walk in there, and then Panic crouching, Remy crouching, Greckles crouching easily.
Just get it. Just walk in there. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nobody can slow me down.
Lily's just skipping in there.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
the enemy stone giants, are they able to get in there?
Oh no, they could reach in there though with their arms, but only to a certain length.
So if we distracted them for long enough, we could probably like get in there, maybe and escape.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't pursue.
Greckle shrugs. Frost salamander.
We can give it a shot. It's our best idea so far.
And cloak us with your magic spell. Yay! Let's do it! Let's do it!
He says quietly.
Can you make it happen, Greckles?
I can make that happen, but are we gonna get her spell or like? I mean, she's a
All right,
a rodent.
Add a character. Do you want to? Do we want Lives? You want to drop your form so we can actually?
Well, above game, I don't know how many times she can bounce back and forth between them.
This is my last one. I don't have anything else.
Oh.
So we should probably just not have her get out of that because we don't know if we're gonna need her to go into small crevices.
We can't cast a spell then.
So we're gonna have to just hope that the distraction is good.
Okay.
And then do a stealth check. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because if we take her out of this, there's no chance that she can get to the back.
All right, so Money, just because we're in a weird top-down perspective, is there a way I could make the salamander, have it go like north, west, down, and then kind of come up and skitter around the outside here?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Nice.
I'll let this happen. I think I have an idea in mind of what you're trying to do.
just to get their attention, but dip in and out as if because did Lily tell me they could crawl on the walls or not?
No.
Oh, so we don't know.
So you don't know, but you could try it.
You could have it at least try to scale up and not make it. Like, at least look like it's trying, and then they might still get freaked out.
What this thing doing? It's so weird. Oh my god, I'm frightened.
Oh my god, it's trying to come up here, maybe. I don't know.
It thinks it's a spider. Holy shit.
It probably
hit it with your foot.
It probably doesn't know any more than we do. Okay, so let me click my spell so everyone knows, and then I have to give it the fluff. Whew. So Remy and Lily, you see Greckles close his eyes and flash his hands in three different combinations. Yo, that's kai genjutsu. And then from the ground erupts out what I can assume to be the frost salamander, to the best of my abilities. I didn't want it that close.
Yeah.
So where do you want it? Point out to where you want it.
All right. Well, the original plan was to have it come out from the side and try to go up and distract them that way and go that way.
You summon it up. You see this large-limbed kind of maw of teeth, and the stone giant kind of like he hears a noise almost. It's kind of like just like gets a sense of something. I want you to roll a deception check with advantage.
Yay.
Could I, since it's not a concentration, can I minor illusion the sound to make it roar?
Absolutely, yes, you can.
Yeah, that was part of the plan. Okay.
As it skitters across the different parts of the of this sort of outcropping, it kind of like dashes and climbs, jumping. And as it does, the first stone giant sees it and immediately falls down to their back. Like they fall over and like just like like starts yelling and pointing at it, calling heat eater. And the other one just starts freaking out too, like just like staggering. Like, what do we do? They look absolutely petrified of this thing.
All right, go.
Go. Everyone move.
Stealth check with advantage for everybody.
Yay!
You're welcome. 20.
Nice.
26.
Do I need it as a stoat?
No, you're fine. They won't see you.
13.
They're a little, and then Doros. Thank God he dropped his
13.
Oh, thank God for advantage.
Oh, Doros, no!
Nat 1.
He nat 1 and got a 5.
Oh, God.
Okay, the rest of you guys, 13.
13, 20, 18, 26, 13.
Okay.
I would assume the stealthy of us would go first.
Yes. As you guys all run into the hole, I'm gonna grab appropriate music for this intense moment now.
Oh dear.
No, we were good with the Ice Mountain music.
No, you're good.
We need to. It's tension.
You guys here, as you guys run, you guys all run, and a bunch of you dart into the hole. Task, Greckles, Panic. You kind of scuff your jacket, but you manage to get in too. All of you guys dive in, and as you do, Lily, you just walk in. You're stout. You're fine. Doros runs and trips over the fire. And the moment he trips over, one of the stone giant turns, and you hear it speak in giant. A deception! It's a deception! And you watch as the giant runs over. Doros is currently stuck in the entrance. He's like trying to shove himself in.
Can Borky strength him in? Can Borky give us?
Yeah, Borky would have been the last one in. That makes
check.
sense.
Two people can
Come on,
attempt to
Borky.
pull Doros in.
13.
Come on, Borky. Yeah,
13?
double 13.
Number 13, okay. And then someone else can do a strength check as well to help.
I got it.
Remy's
Not
got
I, said the bard.
Not I, says the bard. Remy?
Not I, says the bard.
Remy, roll.
I got you. Here we go. Just the strength, right?
Yeah.
Please.
This is
12.
12, okay, let me grab the stone
Man, I
giant.
can't. Oh man, this is like the Winnie the Pooh situation all over again. Oh bother.
Oh, bother.
Okay,
Oh.
not great, but how much do you have? That's 16. All right, so between the two of you, you guys watch as you pull Doros in, and then suddenly Doros starts getting pulled back out, and he's like, as you guys are grabbing each of his arms. You see now that the stone giant has both of his legs in its grasp, and you currently tug-a-warring. You hear the vertebrae in Doros's back like pop, like his back's getting
Oh, that
straightened.
sounds nice.
He's gonna get Wolverined, isn't he?
Roll another strength check.
Is there any maneuverability to get to the hand that's pulling on him?
You just have a bit of a gap. If you were to attack, it would be with disadvantage.
Borky goes into Borky's gonna burn one of his rages.
All right. you go
Borky's
into
like,
a
no,
rage.
that's my friend. And I do another strength check.
And-
Oh my god, it's nothing. It's 11.
It's 11. Remy, you can roll a strength check.
All right. 8.
8.
Oh, for God's sake.
Greckles is gonna try to go for a sneak attack on the hand.
Okay. Roll with
Could
disadvantage.
Billy do the same thing and as a stoat?
You
It's
can bite him,
disadvantage
yeah.
for anybody
Yeah,
who
can I
hits.
bite?
Yeah, you can bite with...
That's an 18.
Ooh!
That just hits, yes.
All right. Oh, do I
Greckles, let's go!
do I get my
You got
sneaky
sneak
damage?
attack.
Oh hell yeah! All right. So
Let's go, baby.
6 plus 10 plus
16.
16 plus. Let me get my 3d6. 11. So that's
Wow.
Yeah, let's go!
27 to the thumb.
And it rolled a natural 1 to keep grip. As you go in, you squeeze, you wriggle past Doros, who's currently just hear him he's like just groaning to hang on.
Wait, hold on. I have a proper sound for him.
As Borky and Remy are holding him inside the cave, you squirm inside, you take that knife, and you slice off the thumb
Nice.
of the stone giant. And you watch as the hand just squeezes out, and you hear this eruptious roar of agony as you guys all shuffle inside. Doros is shimmying inside. As you guys make it out, you hear angry yells, shouts, and then you hear the stone door slam as you hear footsteps running around.
Well, looks like our cover's blown.
Well, let's keep on crawling in. And as Borky's just pushing Greckles by the butt. Good work, Greckles. Faster, faster, faster.
Porky, easy. Jeez.
Lily, where are we going?
Lily doesn't really know anything more once you actually get into the passageway.
Yeah,
So-
you kind of got me in front now, so I guess that's up to me. Roll perception.
Yeah.
23.
You see two pathways, one that goes more upwards and the other one that kind of goes more of a straight path.
We can either elevate upwards or keep going straight.
I assume the dragon's at the top. Let's move up.
Up.
We heard him up, so let's go.
All right.
Okay. I dropped a dice, I'm sorry. As you guys begin to move up, the actual cave begins to open up a little bit more. To the point where Doros has to crouch, and Borky, you kind of have to crouch, but everybody else can pretty much stand upright for the most part. As you guys proceed forward, you begin to hear the sounds of voices, the sounds of tools at work. And eventually the cave entrance opens up to almost like another similar sort of balcony area, but it is completely empty. There's no one there. It looks like it's almost like a work in progress. You see tools strewn about. You see different carvings in the wall. But down below, all of you can see from the darkness that you guys are hiding in about 20 stone giants currently down below. Of varying ages, of varying, some look more like warriors. You see the 2 gatherers from before. You see some children as well. And you watch as one of the hooded individuals from outside kind of walks in and points. This, we saw small folk down there. We saw like they're kind of reporting in, and everyone's just kind of like, it's like, and like some people are like, they must have brought the dragon here, and another one's just like, they're the death of us all. They desecrate this land. We're cursed now. Like there's kind of shouting and whatnot. And then you see one stone giant in particular. He is very large, larger than most of them. And he's a bit more thick than the more thinner variants of the stone giants. He's wearing a crown of rocks almost, these almost polished obsidian rocks, and has 2 crag cat pelts on either shoulder. And he holds a sword in his hand. It's made completely out of, and this is weird to all of you, steel of all things. And he turns around and goes, quiet! Close off the gates and quickly seal the peak to the mountain. The small folk will not desecrate that place as the dragon does. And they all begin to kind of move about and do their own business.
Wait, say one more time. What place did he say the dragon was in?
The Dream Peak, the top peak of the mountain. Yeah. So seal
At
off
the top?
seal off the door to the peak of the mountain. Yeah.
Remy, what are they saying?
The dragon is at the Dream Keep. It's at the very top of the mountain. They're going to try to seal it off so we can't get up there.
Well,
I have a crazy idea.
I'm all for it.
If you can tell me exactly what to say, I can tell them by throwing my voice. Hang on a second. I'm not sure how far I can throw my voice.
How high up are we on this secondary ledge above
You
them?
guys are really high up. The voices you hear are almost echoing in the ceiling. This is a very large chamber. You guys are probably about 80 feet up in the air at the moment.
Oh, geez. Okay.
I can throw it about 30 feet out, but I can basically bounce the voice around to say that we could stop the dragon if they will let us pass.
I can thaumaturgy your voice to make it louder as well.
It certainly can't be any worse, but it might give away our position. They'll still know where the sound came from.
Monty, real fast, as a question, like, where are we right now, like, specifically? Are we still in the cave?
No, you're outside of the cave. You kind of exited this opening like a mouse hole, and you're now on top of this, like, basically construction, the scaffolding, way above where the giants are at the moment. It's like a little hole, and you stepped out onto the scaffolding. And all the giants are down below. They haven't noticed you. They don't know you're up there at all.
Does the scaffolding keep going for a while? Or
yeah, it keeps going forward. It looks like it leads into like another small hole.
Okay.
There's also a ladder going down, but it's giant sized.
All right. I look back to everyone else as they're saying that, and they go, "Wait a minute. Could you not mimic yourself as one of the giants and suggest that maybe the small folk are actually trying to take care of the giant?"
You mean
I
the
could
dragon?
try. I could certainly try.
Worth a shot.
The voice would reverberate so much throughout these walls, they probably wouldn't even know where we are specifically.
Exactly.
If I can throw it in a different direction.
All right, so they're hostile towards anyone that invade their lands. I'm torn. I think it might help if we offer ourselves as a solution to the dragon who also has invaded their. But Task brings up a good point. It could work to simply say that we were trying to help.
What you said earlier, they wouldn't care.
We did kill one of them.
Did we?
No, you didn't.
We didn't.
Oh, we didn't.
You just brutally mutilated one of them, the foot of one of them.
You said that it continued into another hole.
Yeah, if you keep going forward, there's another tunnel up ahead.
Honestly, why don't we just see where the next tunnel goes? We can always double back.
Yeah, just keep going.
Well, we know that they're going to try to shut off the peak, so we have to expect that it'll be shut by the time we get there.
All right. How about this? We at least throw the voice out to say maybe that's what they're trying to do, so that at least they think about it, and we could use that time to get up there.
How would we hear what they would say in response, though?
We don't. We just keep moving.
Wait a second. We're trying to go to the top. Maybe throw your voice and say, I saw them going south, down the mountain. There were two paths. We can make them think we went down.
That's not going to stop them from shutting the top of the peak down.
But it might buy us more time to get through it.
possible intelligence check to see what might be a better idea?
Sure.
Ooh, that's a
That's
big
not bad.
10.
10. 6 to 1, half a dozen Taylor, you don't know.
Is there like there's not a knowledge tactics, but is that insight?
That would be intelligence.
Straight intelligence?
Yeah.
20.
20. They're all riled up. They're all looking every which direction. That's a huge risk to just suddenly call out of nowhere. If they even see a glance of you, you can detect that they could probably throw rocks at you guys from this distance if they do catch you. And that would kill you.
Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going.
I agree with Borka. We should just keep moving.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
We're gonna
As
take
you guys run, skitter across the scaffolding like mice. I'm just gonna see if any of the giants notice you.
Can we stealth check
Not
it?
stealth.
You guys can stealth, yeah. Go ahead and
Okay, I
stealth.
was about to say.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, could we not?
No, you
that's-
guys get murder. That's
Oh,
what
not one.
Oh, no.
21.
21, damn it.
Well, all of you guys did good.
And, panic. Okay, so you guys run across the scaffolding. Remy, as you're running, your bird leg cracks through one of the boards, and 2 of the boards go bouncing down. And you see 2 giants look up to you, and they're children. And they kind of look up, and then they kind of turn to each other and, like, don't say anything to the adults. They just kind of turn back.
Not worth the trouble.
Panic, you run over and you grab Remy. You pull him out of the his legs dangling. And you guys keep running forward. And as you run forward, you meet another narrow tunnel. It kind of is wide and narrow. It's probably about a decent 10-minute almost climb in this tunnel. So eventually you see massive barrels and ingots of steel, the size meant for giants. And you see almost a blacksmith shop, but it's completely empty and abandoned. The forge is dimmed. There's nothing there. And it seems for a moment things are kind of peaceful.
Perception check to hear or see anything?
Yeah, for sure.
16.
You see swinging from the roof near a pile of crates a decent-sized bird cage. And you swear you see a form inside. Kind of swinging side to side.
Can I make it out?
You can't really make it out. It looks like just a lump of hair.
Everyone, look up. I'm going to say that very quietly.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to point out that for people. to
That's a nat 20 to perceive.
Ooh, natural 20.
There we go.
And Lime,
19
Lily
for
got
Lime.
a 19. Okay.
Yeah.
Why was it a bird cage?
Lily, Greckles and Lily, there's nothing in this room that's of any threat. You guys managed to parkour your way, both as a stoat and as a bird, up the crates to get a better look. And inside, you see a creature with goat legs, and the rest of its body is this massive, disgusting mane of hair, and it has this ugly face with this wide gape mouth and like human teeth. It's got kind of a human face, just a big ball of hair.
What the fuck?
Stuck onto legs.
It's me.
And it's like
Lily, what the heck is this?
both of you roll knowledge arcana.
Oh, so close.
5. No.
15.
Oh, Lily.
Hooray!
At first you think it's a satyr because of the goat legs. You're like, oh, it's like a baby satyr. But you're like, no, this isn't a baby satyr. You've heard of creatures that are satyr-like that live on top of very like enriched mountains. You remember they're called. Let me find them real fast. Oh, I didn't tab out the page. Sorry. Bad DM. Didn't have.
Very good DM. Don't worry about it.
It's a very long name monster.
Mm-hmm. They're called Correns. You've heard of them. They are fae, but you don't know a lot about them. You know they live on mountains, and you've heard people kind of in passing talk about them. This one appears to be sleeping in this cage. It has a bowl of water and what looks like a bowl of what looks like dried grass, like almost like herbs of some kind. dried berries, and like a couple cuts of meat of some kind, probably goat.
I'm gonna look for a lock.
Okay.
Lily, I'm gonna leave this to you.
Still kind of looks at you like, thanks.
What are you doing?
Can I tell if it would be friendly? Or like, are they inclined to being...
Roll an insight check.
Alright.
Thank you.
Boop.
That's why I was like,
Boom.
why?
20, that's really good. It looks like it's been caged for a long time. It doesn't look like it's gonna like try to kill you the moment it wakes up. It looks well enough fed, but it's like really gross, really disgusting, and really could use a bath. You get the sense that it being knowing it's a fey creature, it could be one or the other. It could be like really friendly, really not friendly. It's kind of got a chaotic nature to it potentially. And you watch as this creature sees you now as a stoat and kind of just like reaches out, like trying to sneak up and then just grab you. It's like, yeah, come here, just come here. Yeah, let's get closer.
Whoa, slow.
Whoa, no, John, that's a giant bird. Whoa!
Shush.
What?
Stop!
Oh my God!
Stop!
To be fair, Greckles, that was my reaction when I met you too.
Porky, shut the hell up!
Oh, that's an orc down there. Oh my God!
Stop!
No! I'll be quiet. I'm good for it.
How much is the cage shaking right now?
He's like swaying side to side a little bit.
Okay, stop. Look. Do you know how to get to the top of this mountain?
Oh, you want to get to the top of the mountain? I'm your guy, right here in this cage.
Well, Brooklyn accents on this mountain.
The great.
He's just
We're
gonna
going home.
Just gotta let me out.
All right. Do you want out of here?
Oh, I do. They've been cutting my hair for years.
I'll make you a deal. We'll get you out if you can get us to the top of the mountain.
Oh. He spits in his hand. His gross, grubby hand. Is almost like
Is he being truthful?
Insight? It's a face. So
16.
Greckles, what are you saying?
We don't know.
Oh, he's got a negative modifier to charisma.
Good.
He's being honest and he is desperate. You notice as you look at him, chunks of his like this weird kind of like goofy poofy hair has been like hard like side cut. Like it looks like crude cuts have been done to him.
Greckles will spit in his talon and shake his hand back.
It's as you touch it, there's like clumps as you kind of squish your hands together. Big.
I've dealt with worse. Okay, where's the lock? Where's the lock, buddy? Where's the lock?
It's over on the other side. Just climb over. It's easy. Come on.
All right. Okay.
Barky turns to Panic.
I have no idea what's going on up there.
Hey, what's your name, by the way?
Just call me Correns. That's all I am. I forgot my name. I've been here for 30 years. All right. I really want to go.
Whoa.
That is a long time. All right. I'm gonna work on that lock.
Okay.
So how are you gentlemen
Thieves'
here on
tools.
the top of Mount Midtown? Are we on Mount Midtown? We're on Mount Midtown, yeah?
I thought this was Lower Manhattan.
I'm gonna pull out those lovely god-encrusted thieves tools. That's also a +5 because I got me my gloves, so that's a 21.
I thought that was for sleight of hand. Oh no, it does apply to thieves'
It's sleight of
tools
hand
as well.
it's sleight of hand and lick.
You pop off that lock and you grab it before it falls and gently unhinge it. And the moment it does, you hear the clop clop of these two hooves as this tiny creature, about the size of Lily actually, lands right next to you.
All
He's
right,
like,
buddy,
oh, that's been like the first time in 30 years I've jumped. Like,
all right, well,
oh.
stay quiet.
Yeah,
We're trying to
don't
sneak.
worry. They don't come in here at this hour. Right now, it's like the worshiping hour. So you got a solid hour tops.
Thank God, the worshiping hour!
I think I like you. Let's go meet up with the others.
Oh, you haven't hung out with me for too long. Trust me, that'll change.
What is going on up there?
Hey, how's it going? I'm Correns.
What is that?
What? My dear God, you heavy. It's like the reverse Lily.
Hey, how you doing? He kind of like juts his chin towards you, Lily. Wait,
still
no, you're still a stone.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Never mind.
Borky puts his hand
preferences
around.
are strange.
Borky puts his hand around Lily and pulls her towards him.
Lily just kind of like, yeah, she so climbs up the hand and then goes to sit on Borky's shoulder, her usual spot.
Greckles, what is going on?
Possibly our only ticket to get out of here.
Yeah, your ticket to freedom, and you're my ticket to freedom. It's great. It's a mutual beneficial sort of agreement.
We're sure this thing knows how to get to the top.
Yeah, I can get you to the top.
The better question is, do we have any other choice?
I don't like it when you're right.
No one ever does.
All right.
Looks
Do you have a name?
Yeah, just call me Corrin. It's fine.
All right,
30 years I've completely forgotten my name.
Is it
How do you
Is
spell
it Corred?
Yeah, it's what he is. Like that.
So Core Ed. Got it.
Okay, good. I got it.
Oh, never mind. I'm gonna change the spelling.
I had it pegged for a C. I don't know
Yeah, I
why.
did too. That's all right. I'm allowed to be wrong. It's pretty usual. All right, Corrid, I suppose lead the way.
Wait, why'd they capture you?
That's a big question.
It
Are you
is.
ready for the answer?
Yeah, go for it.
Now, I'm gonna say this. If you try what I'm about to show you, okay? The deal's off. Look, the deal's off. I'm not taking you to the top of the mountain, all right?
Okay, and we'll put you back in the cage. Gotcha.
The bird's gonna do it because I like the bird. He's
Alright.
pretty cool.
He has a name.
Is Greckles, buddy. Don't worry about it.
Nice to meet you, Greckles. Nice to meet you.
Yes, go meet you too, buddy.
Yeah,
All
nice
right.
to meet
What was that? Look!
Oh, he's got mimicry. It makes sense. That's
to
great.
meet you, Bratty.
Greckles is like, I hear an accent, I can instantly do it.
My God.
That was fucking Gaijin. I love you. That was
Do you got some sort of blade made out of metal? Some sort of blade made out of any kind of metal?
Can Remy pull out his sword?
Yeah, you pull out your steel sword.
Yeah, because I actually don't. I have one made of bone, and the other two are magical. So.
You require metal.
Yeah. Okay. So here, and he pulls off a length of his hair, like kind of pulls it out. He goes, "Just cut right here. Just cut right there."
All right. Here we go.
Okay. And you do so.
Yeah, give it a cut.
Okay. You cut the hair just like you would a razor, and the moment the steel cuts the hair turns into steel.
What?
Steel?
Into steel. Yeah.
Steel.
Lily
Yeah,
claps
into
her
steel.
little stoat hands because that's really cool.
Someone please pick that up.
That is
Hey!
crazy.
We had a deal.
No,
You ain't taking any souvenirs from my head.
I got it. Here. Okay, you want this back?
Yeah, I'll take that back. He takes his
Alright.
hair and shoves it like into his hair, and it falls out, and like he tries to shove it back in, and he goes, "There, beautiful again." All
I
right.
didn't realize you could put it back.
They've been like shearing you or something. That's what's crazy.
Every day they always take a cut, then they mold it down into ingots. You see, look at all the ingots right there. That's all me. That is all Corrid Prime.
That is 30 years.
30 years. They're gonna make a throne out of it. Can you believe that? A throne. That's a waste.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's stupid.
Do they not?
I mean, I would have used iron instead.
Do they not? Do they not know you could get it in the ground?
Well, not up here.
All right, Corn. So, yeah, Remy, what's up?
I was going to say we should probably keep moving. They are looking for us.
It's true.
Hey, nice jacket. He looks up to you, Panic. That's really nice. Is that prestige? Is that black dragon leather?
Yes, it is.
That's nice. Where can I get one of those done for myself?
Well,
a
you
dragon.
got to go out and kill a black dragon.
Oh, dang, okay. Scratch that. I'm off that one. My bad. I can find a different style, a little bit more affordable and less likely to kill me. Speaking
Can
of
I
killing me,
Can I just say, out of character, I want to adopt this boy. Have him work in the street dragon. He can create unlimited steel.
No, stop, guys.
We need to bathe him first, though.
No.
We are shipping him with Scobbles. We're doing it. We're just doing it.
Those two would get along so well.
They probably would.
Yeah.
All right.
You want to get off the mountain? Follow me. Come over
No,
to
we
these.
gotta go up the mountain.
Yeah. We'll get you off the mountain. Just
All right,
follow
let's
me.
go. All right, let's
Here's
go.
the crates. Okay, I made you this promise. I gotta go home. All right, I got a cord, wife and a cord, kid. I've been gone for 30 years. I don't even know what's going on there.
All right, well,
So,
hey.
Pull back this crate. Pull back this crate. Do you see this crate?
All right, I got it. I'm pulling it.
Okay, everybody roll strength.
Like that.
Oh boy, here we go.
Everyone roll strength check.
Yeah,
Because everybody has to pull.
I'm gonna
10
roll
for Remy.
stoat strength. It'll be great.
That's a 17.
Okay, resigned the bard.
How did Line roll a
This stoat is mighty strong.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Panic. Oh,
What does Borky roll? I'm curious.
Strength.
Is
Come on.
Is this
If
a,
Lime
sorry.
outrolls Borky-
Sorry. Is it strength save or strength? throw?
Strength. Just regular strength.
Back. Yeah.
Oh, I
strength.
rolled a save.
Yeah, then why the fuck are we
dude.
rolling saves?
That's why I
I
was
rolled a
laughing.
strength.
Because I don't remember how this game works. Hold on.
15.
There you go.
That's
Those are
better.
better. That's more like it. There we go.
Save on this is decent between
You
Doros as
rolled
well.
straight.
Greggles, not a save.
Oh god damn it.
There's
there we go.
chaos.
There we go. All right, so
There
it's
we go.
7, 15 for Zito, 15 for Curtis, and then
Yes,
yeah,
thank
that's
you.
it. 10
Yes.
for
God
me.
damn it, I
All
want
right,
my
and then Doros rolled a 19 plus his modifiers.
Oh, thank goodness.
So as you guys walk over and you guys are like pushing this crate, Doros just kind of walks over, just kind of shakes his head, grabs the crate, and just shifts it out. And you see behind the crate is this large hole. It looks like it's been dug out. He goes, yeah, I've been working on this one for a while. I escaped for about 4 years for a bit. Had a spoon. Almost made it out. But,
God damn
I made my way through. And then, I got scared and I tried to go a different way. I got cut again. Long story short, not so great.
I have a question. I have a
yes.
question. Could you not have just cut a piece of your hair and used the rest to pick it out?
But yeah, I need to forge it down and then make it into something, that's not hair.
At least you gave me an answer.
I'm just saying, there's a science behind this. So anyway, so I got to a certain cave point. I'm sure if you break the rest of it, you can make it through, and that'll take you up to the peak. I know that won't lead you to the giants because the rest of it's on the west side, and you're heading up the east side. So that's gonna take you right up to the peak.
Oh my god.
All right, I'm an insight. Make sure he ain't
Okay.
screwing us.
Thank
That's
you.
Double 11. Who else wants to roll?
I would love to roll.
I
You
mean,
don't
I've
have
got no reason
to.
to trust this guy.
Oh, we don't have to.
You don't have to. He rolled a 2 minus 1. He's
Oh,
being
all right.
honest with you. He is actually really happy with you guys. For a fey creature, he's super jazzy. You guys just
All
showed
right,
up.
all right.
Are
Corey,
you
Corey.
going to be able to get off this mountain yourself?
Oh, look at these legs. These unused legs. These 30
Oh!
years underutilized legs, my friend. I'll get off the mountain. I'm good.
What does this guy smell like, by the way?
He smells like soot. He smells like burning hair.
Yeah.
Dried mud and dung.
Oh.
Okay, so I just imagine a small little Furby man with huge athletic legs that are Italian, so they're all covered in hair. You see this man peeling down the fucking mountainside.
Hey. Hey, Corrin.
Yeah.
Hey, if you ever get some time, come by our place, Sweet Dragon Alavast.
I don't know about going to no cities, I just blacksmith sees me, I'm done, I'm back.
I get that, but I want to throw out the invitation.
You know what?
Why
You're a
is he
good guy,
talking like that?
Greckles.
I
You're a good
appreciate
guy.
that. I appreciate that,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Look,
you
what-
can.
Well, I'll put up a fist for him.
I don't know what that is. He points to your fist. I don't get that. What's that?
Just punch me in the fist. Just punch
But
me.
I
in the
just met you. I like you. I don't want to punch
No,
you.
you do it gently. You do it gently.
Oh, I get it. He politely
Borky's
gives
in
you
the
this
hole.
look.
I'm walking here. Let's go.
I show him how to fist bump and we move on.
All right, you guys head into the tunnel.
Yes, thank you.
Meanwhile,
eventually-
Task is screaming into a fucking towel for some reason.
He's like, I don't know why this triggers me. I'm so angry right now. I don't fucking get it.
Yeah, he's screaming into his cloak.
You guys,
fuck the west side.
Look. If you're gonna be covert, you gotta speak the language, all right?
Why are you talking like that?
It's addictive.
I gotta say, he has a talent for it.
you do have his voice memorized for mimicry.
I was about to say I was going to.
It
repeat
made
that
perfect
back.
sense that he was doing it. I just was happy.
Oh no, I'm having a grand old time. You kidding?
As you guys go up the tunnel, there's 2 paths. One that's larger that goes up, and then there's one that's really small that actually leads out to a howling open hole, which leads to a set of steps going down. And as you guys reach that point, Corrin's like, all right. So where do you live again?
We're in the Sweet Dragon in Alavast.
In Alavast. Okay, I don't know what that is. I'll look
right.
into it. I got friends. They can tell me where to go.
That's good. It's one of the biggest cities you're gonna find. It's pretty far. Where are we at?
You're
is it-
westward. You're westward.
Yo, just go east for a ways. You'll find it.
Okay. Yeah, no, that sounds good. I'll go there. Last time I was out there, though, there used to be a bunch of mangly dog people out there. They're called gnolls. Ugh, nasty bunch. But if there's a city there, they must be gone now. That's good.
Decent musicians.
Well, everyone's can change, I guess.
Also, we got the best alcohol in the town.
Oh, you had me at alcohol.
I know
Yeah,
I did.
you know what? I might poke this whole body head in there. This mangy mutt. I got it. It was nice meeting you. Good luck with your quest. I heard a dragon up there. Good luck. That's all I can say. I'm going down.
No problem. I hope to see you around.
Yeah, hope to see you around too. Take care. Bye-bye. And he just like launches out with his goat legs.
How much?
Scoot waves.
How much mental damage has Task taken for this last scene?
I'm
9
actually dead.
points.
I'm
9
actually
points.
dead. I'm actually dead. I'm below HP on that.
Doros is currently carrying Task under the crook of his giant arm, just petting him like you're doing good.
Look, it's been a long time since Greckles has interacted with the riffraff. I mean, it's penned up.
The riffraff? How dare you?
You don't know his background, do you?
No, we'll
Gaijin,
talk about it later.
Gaijin, we're gonna have some words in real life after this.
Yeah, and you know what they're gonna be? They're gonna be Gaijin, I hate you, and it's gonna be me snickering.
No, it'll be far more crass and a lot more bada bing, bada boom. Fuck.
Oh, that's a great.
Yeah, you're gonna learn the freaking New York two-step.
You're gonna learn the language the right way.
Yeah, you're gonna learn, you freaking schmagook.
Yo, teach me, daddy.
Nope. Whoa, wait, that's we don't do that. Hold on a second.
First of all, you're a little brass. You gotta slow dial it back just a little bit. Second of all, I like your gumptions.
I thought
Dude, the kid's got chutzpah, am I right?
I wanna name this episode. You'll never forget about it.
Also, Zito, I love you. Just by the way.
Anyway,
right, so wait, let's
Dragon.
Let's go.
Who's up front? Who's in the back? This is a narrow.
Remy would have
timeline.
gone first because he's very determined.
Okay, Remy first determined.
I'll take
say,
mid.
I'm gonna say Doros and Task second because Doros is also determined.
Okay.
I'll take mid.
Mid.
Borky and
Okay,
Lily
well,
taking
who's
up
gonna
the
get
rear.
left lane?
Borky and Lily are taking up the rear.
All right.
The raw.
Yeah.
Mount Hatton. Mount Hatton.
You guys.
Mount
squeeze-
Hatton.
Oh my god. You guys squeeze through the entryway, and the walls are slick with dripping ice. There's almost a heat to the room. As you guys kind of make your way, you get to one opening, and you see a low level of water, and you see steam rising from it.
Perception check?
Yeah.
Nature check. This would be a nature check.
Oh, great.
Can I do that?
Yeah. But
Hey,
I love
20!
nature. Boop.
Oh, that's a
I
nat
don't love
one.
nature that much.
Look at Remy doing nature shit.
I'm too busy.
Oh, Tass!
What
I'm
did
really
Remy
proficient
see?
in it. Whatever.
I'm too busy with this new voice.
Remy, as you look forward, it's a hot spring. It's a natural hot spring
Okay.
in the mountain.
Is it traversable? Like, is there a path to go around it?
Yeah.
Or... Okay.
No, you can go through it. It's safe. You take a look at it. You even dip your finger in there. Greckles, it's lava, and everyone's going to die.
Bonnie, would I not recognize a hot spring when I see one?
With
given
a
where I'm
natural
from?
one, you don't.
I'm just blind.
I can't believe the guy from the east. I can't believe the guy from the east of Isles doesn't know what a hot spring is. What a
So, Monty, you're stuck in that voice now. I can hear it.
what a bird brain.
Yeah, just a little bit.
No,
so
it's,
Remy,
it's shallow enough you can walk through it, and it's not scalding hot. It's not going to burn
then
you.
Remy's just gonna traverse it and get to the other side.
Okay, you guys hear sloshing up ahead as you see Remy kind of go up to his waist in water and then make his way over the other side.
Whoa, Remy, you okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Greckles just
It's just a hot spring. You've never seen a hot spring before.
Borky takes off his boots because there's nothing worse than getting your boots wet.
Doros walks through the hot spring.
Would you want your clothes back, by the way, Doros? Or you
Doros
wanna...
shakes his head no.
Oh no.
He's like his head is dragging up against the ceiling of this place.
Ow.
Yeah.
wait, as Greckles walks through the hot spring, his lips quiver ever so slightly, wishing he could stay for just a minute longer.
I
it's
don't
pretty
trust this.
warm.
I want to roll a perception check to see if there's something in the water.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead.
There's a good time. That's what's in the water.
It's the hot spring episode.
13.
13. You see bubbles. You don't see anything else. There doesn't appear to be anything else in there. You see minerals, like different mineral deposits and ooh, sorry, I dropped a die.
And dice.
The bottom of it is like almost silty. There's almost like a silt to the bottom of it. You get the sense that might be worth something actually as you traverse through.
Survival check to grab a scoop.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna get a scoop, eh?
I'm gonna get a scoop.
All right, as you go in, you get a handful of it, and in a panic, Doros thinks you're drowning. You get a fistful of the silt, and he reaches down and grabs you, like, no! And he pulls you out from underneath the water and holds you up.
Task, what were you doing?
Well, this mineral is actually could fetch us quite a nice price if we were to bring it back.
Really? Do we got
Now
anything?
you have
we
Greckle's
can-
attention.
Yeah. Great.
Panic,
Always
you would
think into
actually
the
know
future.
this.
Always think into the future, guys.
Panic, you would know this because of your experience at the Romantian.
Oh, boy.
Well, yeah.
Goodness.
These sorts of like this mud could actually be used as like a beauty thing. Like it could be like a cosmetic thing, useful. Mm-hmm.
I think they might have actually had some of that at the Romantian.
Oh my god, we should do face masks.
Still Lily claps.
Do you
What
want
are we
to see
gonna-
face mask with Borky?
What are we gonna, guys? What are we gonna put it in?
I have a jar.
Let's do it really quick. We're on a
Yeah,
mission.
no, I'm just doing
Whoa.
one. That's why I was going down just to get one scoop and then we get out of here.
Okay.
Okay.
You got a jar of dirt?
pour the scoop into the jar.
Panic holds his
Doros.
guitar over his head.
Doros wants to leave. All right, you guys head on forward. The path becomes more and more narrow. There's a bit of a shallow bit of water as you guys continue on moving.
I'm gonna get a quick scoop before we go.
Okay.
Survival, you said.
Yes, survival.
Huh!
Yep,
That's a
you grab
13.
you grab a fistful, just like Task.
I'll just dump in the jar. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
All right, you guys go. As you move on forward, the path has various amounts of glowing mushrooms, moss, different, almost like strangely rare, exotic-looking plants that you don't think would be on top of an icy, snowy mountain, but seems to have made its own little ecosystem beneath. You see blind salamanders kind of dive into little bits of water and different mushrooms sort of growing in various different directions. Nothing of any particular value that you guys are aware of. Lily, you can roll a nature check, though.
I was gonna say plants are my thing. Maybe.
Maybe.
Kind of my thing.
Kind of your thing.
Okay, 15's enough. This is
Okay,
definitely
yay.
this is a unique sort of an ecosystem. This is definitely, if it weren't so risky, this would definitely be something worth bringing up to the Druidic district, because this is very unique and might be a lot of the stuff you're seeing you don't really recognize. A lot of the stuff could be native to Alabast, actually, just by itself. Especially the creatures in particular. You've never seen anything like that before. All right. As you guys proceed through the cave.
Bye, chat.
Bye-bye, chat. We love you.
Ooh.
You guys walk and walk and walk. And at various points, the cave is really warm and humid, and you're almost melting. And then at other parts, it's cold and chilling, almost like a freezer. I need everybody to make Constitution saving throws for me.
Shit.
God.
Oh, that's a good
Can
one
I-
for me.
Can I dry
Lord.
my clothes off first?
And of course, I rolled a 1.
Ooh, that's 18. Greco's rolling good tonight.
Okay.
Great.
My poor cold-bloodedness doesn't help here. 5.
17.
Am I
Okay.
doing okay
Can I-
with my stoat fur?
Because you have fur, I'll give you advantage on this roll.
Yay.
What about feathers? Are those advantage?
No.
Gosh darn it.
Can I dry my clothes off first?
It's a
so
good
the
time to
cold
be a
parts are
stoat.
less harsh?
With prestidigitation, you can. So I'll say you panic. You can get advantage as well.
Woo. Damn it. I didn't think to do
10. Okay.
that.
Lil oh, you got it. Okay, you had 17. So anybody who didn't roll above a 10 or a 10 or above, you now have a point of exhaustion.
Oh, great. What does that do?
Your first point
Makes
of
you sleepy.
exhaustion. Well, you're tired, obviously, thus the name. The first point, I believe, you have disadvantage on checks.
Gross.
All checks?
Let me double check here.
You have to.
God damn it.
You have a disadvantage on that double check, Nadine.
Huh?
Haha.
You have triple disadvantage.
No.
Oh!
I'm just joking.
That means you're dead.
Yeah, no,
Just
you-
don't even roll.
Isn't it dis on skill checks?
I believe it is.
Oh, it's
yeah,
only
okay.
skill
So you
checks,
have,
okay,
you have a
cool.
disadvantage on ability checks. Is the first
Ability
effect.
checks? Got
On
it.
ability checks, yeah.
But not skill
So, Task, as you walk, you get covered in water, and even with trying to dry yourself off, it still gets underneath the scales. And as you walk into the cold areas, it begins to freeze over, and you get chilled to it.
God damn it!
It even pushes some of the scales like out of alignment. It's very irritating.
Ow!
Remy, as you're walking, all the water gets trapped beneath your feathers, and then you just get chunks of ice in places that just keep you cold. And despite trying to pick them out, you actually are being like, as you try and pull out the clumps of ice, you're pulling out your feathers too, thus leaving you even more
exposed,
vulnerable to the cold.
And we're outside, right?
You are inside. Actually, you're still in this cave.
Oh, we're still inside.
That prestidigitation was such a smart thing to do. Damn it.
Actually, Limes, you got a really high roll. Limes, you get the sense that whenever you guys reach the edge or like a wall that is closer to the outside part of the mountain, that's where it gets colder, and where it's inside is where it's more warm. I'm gonna roll for Doros too, but he's gonna have advantage because he's Goliath. Yeah, he's fine. And as you guys proceed forward, Panic, Greckles, and Task, I need you all to make dexterity saving throws for me.
Before we do that, I kind of wanted to see if I could warm them up with good old Kajikiri, since it can just produce flame. If that would even matter.
I don't think it would work, no.
Okay. So
too inconsistent.
Dex save, you said?
Yeah, dex save.
23.
15.
Nice.
17.
Nice, guys.
Wow. As you guys are moving, one of the stalagmites comes to life.
Oh!
No!
And as it does, it lashes out to grab you. Panic, it grabs your leg, but you manage to kind of spin and twist out of it. Greckles, you manage to kind of leap over top of it. As you see the stalagmite kind of warp and wiggle, almost like a twisted tentacle, as more lashing sort of tentacles come out of it. A singular eye set in its center. I need you all to roll initiative.
I know what this is!
What is this, Ito?
It's a roper!
Oh, that's a 7.
23.
14.
5.
20.
Okay.
3.
I'm gonna put you all into position here.
Gosh darn it. We were doing
I'm
so
gonna
well.
be super useless without my forms. This is gonna be good.
Okay.
Just become the healer.
Yeah, essentially. That's what I am right now.
Sorry.
What is that, Task?
Task would know, actually. We were in a
What
cave.
there's some music
Yeah,
to it,
you
my
would.
goodness.
Yeah, this music, man.
Yeah, just
I'm
Task just
digging
like
it.
looks at it. Ropers, of course.
Everybody roll initiative.
We did.
We did.
Oh, right, you did. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot.
So, top of the order is Zito with 20, Curtis with a con 14.
You just cut in and out. I didn't hear any of that. I'm sorry.
Damn it. 23, 20, 14. Then 5, 3.
Okay. So we have. Okay.
Yeah,
Task.
this
And then let me
is
roll
a
for
song
Doros before I forget.
For us to know life
Task.
is so complicated.
Ooh, Limes. That's not the greatest roll.
No.
Also, hey, Monty, music's a little hot if you don't mind.
Is it a little hot? All right, I'll turn it down
Tad.
a little bit.
A
It's
very small
freaking
amount.
amazing is what it is.
There, how's that?
Okay.
Bingo.
And then Remy. And then poor Lily. And then
I'm
Doros.
having a bad night.
Doros is gonna go before you, Remy. And then I'm gonna roll for the roper, which has a -1 to its initiative. So that'll put it actually right below Doros. Alrighty, Task, you are up first as you see this large lashing thing spit out towards you. Gnashing jaws actually almost reach for your face as it whips around these tendrils.
Oh no, fuck you. I know what you're about. I'm throwing me since I'm right up next to this thing, I'm not too nonplussed about that, but I can't exactly get away from this thing without losing my attack, and also I can't shoot through everyone in this tight corner. I guess I'm gonna...
Is there no retreat option?
There is, but like I said, I'd have to shoot in a really cramped space between people if I fire.
True.
So I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and do 2 short sword attacks.
Okay.
First roll.
That
22.
misses. You go to swing, and as you swing, you're like, oh, right, it's a roper. You hit stone. Its side of its head is like rock, and your sparks fly off of your short sword.
Ah, damn it. Would I know would Task actually know that, considering, or no?
You know that they're very thick-skinned. They almost have rock-like skin. They're very hard to hit.
All right, so. Oh yeah, right. It's Task just like says out loud, like, "Oh fuck, right." Bludgeoning. I have nothing then. What do? Hold on, let me check my stash. See if I have anything that's useful here.
For sure.
'Cause I think I'm kind of up shit's creek without a paddle for this fight. I have a hammer, but it's a normal standard tool hammer.
Oh, you know they're not immune to piercing damage. Or slashing. They're very hard, like, sturdy.
Alright, well.
Like the stone giants are.
Go for the eye then. Let's go for that soft
Okay.
bit. 16.
You try to plunge the eye and it closes its eyelid and your blade sparks up against it and almost slides off.
Oh, motherfucker.
You nick a piece of stone and it falls down to the ground. Does that end your turn, Task?
I got nothing else.
Okay, Borky, it is now your turn.
Borky seeing this thing, Borky could see that it's made of stone, right? Essentially, or is
It's got rock pieces on top of it. Yeah, it seems to have armored itself that way.
Is there any advantage to fighting with a bludgeoning weapon out of character?
You have no idea. You haven't seen one of these. Task is about the only one who's ever seen this thing before.
Okay, well, Borky sees it and Borky just runs at it. Borky just like toot. Borky slams into the side of it. And Borky hits him with his great axe.
Okay.
And that is a 12. That does not hit.
That you go to swing too, and your blade like slides across. Some more sparks fly as it kind of like gnashes at you.
Would Borky know to switch out his weapon to a warhammer he has in his fanny pack of holding?
No.
Ah, dang. All right, well, Borky's like, clearly I gotta hit it harder. And Borky hits it even harder with his axe. 16.
That doesn't hit either.
Oh,
You
gee.
swing, you manage to chip off more of the armor, and it recoils, but you don't see any blood. You don't see any damage.
Oh, boy.
That brings us to Panic. It is now your turn.
All right, well, seeing as how physical damage is not hurting this thing, he's just gonna look at it and whisper, and I can cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay. Want to click that spell for me?
Yep.
It's actually got decent wisdom. It's got decent wisdom.
That
But
should be
not rolls
DC.
like that.
That
That's
should be
an
DC
11.
16, by the way.
Yeah. That's definitely higher DC. It rolled an 11,
He
so it fails.
He fails. So he takes 12 psychic damage, and he is now feared from me. He has to immediately use its reaction to move as far away from me as possible.
Okay.
Procking opportunity attacks from Borky, Greckles, Task, and Remy.
Enjoy.
Alrighty.
Who wants to go first?
Oh, please, by all means, left to right. Borky swings with his axe. 18.
As it begins to move, you try and hit it, but you still don't. You just
Whoa!
chip off rock.
Jeez. 18.
Dude, ropers suck.
Seeing all of this glancing, Grex is actually gonna grab the SADS and take a stab. That's a 19.
That's a 19. Still doesn't hit it.
Oh!
Wow!
You swing and it manages to maneuver up. It's actually climbing up the wall with its spider climb.
24.
That hits. That hits.
Piece of shit. 10.
10, nice. Yeah, you slice off one of its tentacles and it slops to the ground and begins to spaz out in front of your feet there, Task.
Oh my
Remy,
gosh.
it's your go now for the opportunity attack.
It's crawling along the ceiling, you said?
Yeah, it's starting to go up the ceiling.
All right. 23.
That hits as well.
Woohoo! 10 slashing.
Nice.
Let's go. Come on,
You
Rems.
slash it up the side, and you nick a couple of its teeth, and they fall to the ground as it fully reaches up to the ceiling. Then tries to run past both Lily and Panic. So, Panic, if you want to take your reaction to go for a hit, and Lily, if you want to try and bite it as a stoat, you can.
That sounds great. What should I be
Copy cutter
rolling
isn't
for
out.
stoat bite?
Let me find out. We'll figure that out.
Stoat
There's-
bite.
In the meantime, Panic, what would you like to do?
Well, Copy Cutter isn't activated.
No.
Could I shoot my crossbow at it?
You know what? Sure, yeah. I'll let you do
So you
that.
can punch him.
Yeah, baby,
How?
crossbow.
Oh,
Yeah.
That hits, yeah.
It's the first time I've hit with a crossbow.
No, you've hit once before. 6, nice.
6.
It ricochets off the rope where it hits Greckles in the butt.
Ding.
As it's like
Greckles
running up
shrubs.
against the wall, you shoot it, and actually falls down to the ground in front of Lily. Lily, in order to hit it, you just need to roll a d20 for me.
Okay. This will be great.
Not 20, baby. Here
Nat
it comes.
20.
I was gonna say I can only hit it with a 20.
Yeah, you can only
You
hit it with a
crawl
nat
into
20.
its eye hole.
It'll be fine. Don't worry about
All
it.
right.
That's a
9.
9.
That's a 9. Yeah, no, you bite it, you get a mouthful of rock, and you kind of spit it out.
Delicious.
It kind of scrambles up. How much movement does this thing have? Only a little bit actually. So it actually will be right. Yeah, it'll stay right there. That will end your turn, or unless you have anything else you want to do, Panic. That's
Wait
as
a
far as
minute.
it will go.
Wait a minute. How did it get over here?
It crawled on the ceiling.
Spider
Crawl on the
climb.
ceiling. Yeah, spider climb.
It has to move away from me. It moved closer to me.
Shoot. Well, it tried to go up, so kind of
It
went
tried to-
around.
Technically, it tried to get away from you, and it could have crawled along the wall, away. I don't. Whatever. I like it better over there, honestly.
It tried to go straight up and then got knocked down. We knocked it down.
Yeah. was
It's
trying to
okay. It
crawl
makes
away.
sense if you don't think about it.
Exactly. Who's
My
next?
bad.
Quickly, use your stoat strength again.
It is now Panic. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
There's nothing worthwhile for just this, so I think I'll hold off on my bonus action.
Okay. I think. Yeah, I think that Doros is gonna use command.
Oh shoot.
So this thing's gonna have to make a saving throw, which is very high. And he's gonna command it to leave. That's a 12, so it fails. Doros just gives it the sternest dad stare, like I have no time for you. And it looks terrified of all of you. You guys standing in this tunnel, like almost like a boy band album cover, like really like scary looking. And like just got this big wide eye. It's already bleeding out. in
Quick,
the
Pillar Man
places.
pose.
And then let's see if he can do this too.
We're all,
no, that's just
we're all
action.
collectively T-posing.
Doros is going to actually move between all of you, so you guys take advantage of his aura of protection and courage.
Oh, I feel so aura'd.
And that will end Doros' turn. It is the Roper's turn. It is going to use 10 more feet of movement to leave.
Bye, friend.
Lily, if you want, you can attempt to make another attack.
Do
You know
it.
what? I'm doing it.
Do it.
I am a ferocious stoat. I'm very upset now. Roll 20. Excellent.
An 8. You bite part of its tentacle, you take off a little like slice of skin in your mouth, and it's like as it keeps kind of trying to scramble away. It will actually use double movement. So then it'll take it over here. So yeah, it's gonna use double movement just to move over slightly again.
Damn,
Remy,
Panic!
it's now your turn.
Damn, Panic! You're
Cool.
scary.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's gonna move here.
Okay.
And then he is gonna use dodge. Come back.
Lily, it's now your turn. You're still a stoat.
If it's, did we determine I need to remain a stoat for later on because of the bats? No, we didn't need the bats anymore, do we?
No.
No.
You can do whatever you want right now.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I don't have any forms anymore, so that sucks. I'm gonna like take the opportunity to drop form. Not that I can really do a whole lot.
Poof, you turn back into Lily.
Woohoo!
Hi, everyone!
Hi, Lily.
Just across the battlefield. I don't really have anything. Like nobody took any damage, like, and no, there's nothing I can really
We're
do.
fine.
Panic's,
yeah.
Panic's just really scary.
Yeah.
I mean, you could roll medicine to see if anybody's got lingering problems.
I mean, Dora's probably still has a head wound, I guess.
Does,
Get
yeah.
it.
So he's got a really bad migraine.
Yeah, I
my,
mean,
my,
well, they
my
have-
scales are gangrene, but
You also know Remy got hit hard by a giant last time.
That's true. I could go and have a look. Does Remy need any healing?
If
Do
I'm
I need
allowed to say,
information to determine that.
Monty, am I allowed to tell her?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I need healing.
I need healing.
Thanks, Genji.
You gotta say it. You gotta say it right.
That's
I
my
need
job.
healing.
That's my job,
Okay.
though.
No, I got this.
I need healing.
I guess I'll do cure wounds.
Okay.
Level 1.
You will have to move next to him just to touch his butt,
Yep.
so you can do that.
Oh my.
Butt
Go for
pat.
9.
The healing butt pat. Let's do it.
So is that 9?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
I am healed.
That was pretty good. Alrighty. That brings us back to task.
I never got
Oh
a
wait,
turn.
Greckles. Wait, hold on.
Uh-huh.
Where was your initiative?
Good question.
19.
Oh, yours was 7.
No, I was low. I was 7.
Yeah, you were 7.
Oh.
So you can go now. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh,
Thanks.
because you're all the way at the top.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, it's fine. Hang on a second. I get my yardstick. I can hit from there. I'm gonna seeing this thing run, move up front, try to dart it in the butt.
Okay.
What butt?
Doesn't really
We'll
have.
pretend. No, it has a butt in my mind. Ha! That's
That
12.
misses. It sticks to it, but it doesn't seem to hurt it. You give it like an earring.
Greckle shrugs and just moves back next to Borky. A lot of shrugging going on with Grex tonight.
No, it's
That's-
Task. Task, it's your turn now.
Alright, I'll just mosey on over here. Look at this fucking thing square in the stupid face. Pull out my log bowl. My log bowl. Ha! Log bow. Cool.
Where'd you get that bowl?
16, not hitting.
As you shoot the arrow, it shatters against its body.
Alright, one more time. Cool. Fuck!
Shoot
13.
another one. The ice like splats on the side of its face, and it takes one of its tentacles and kind of like slaps off the chunk, which shatters on the cave floor.
God damn it!
Borky, it's now your turn.
What to do? What to do?
Borky steps up between Greckles and Panic, cracks his neck, pulls out one of his javelins.
Alley-oop!
You still have those things?
13.
You throw it, the roper catches it and slaps it into the ground. Like, no!
Well, no, oh, I'm about had enough of that. Borky throws another javelin.
Okay.
10.
He grabs the second one and slaps it on the ground again. You hear the stick go "Tung" on the ground.
I hate this. I hate these fucking things.
No, we gotta press. We want to press square then A afterwards. That's how we actually get through its block.
Panic, it is now your turn.
Just run
Panic.
at it.
Is very sick of this shit. They're clearly not going to hit it. So Panic just runs up to it, points to the cave exit, and goes, "Leave! Now
Oh!
we will kill you!"
Speak the language.
Get out of here!
Get out of here!
For the sake of the rest of combat, it leaves promptly.
I just want to
I was like, if it's not gonna be Doros, it has to run away from Panic.
I want this thing to sound like Rich Evans falling down a hillside. No! Ah!
You hear the sound of slapping fish as its tentacles like slap all over the place,
Leave me alone!
and eventually it leaves.
Panic pulls both of Borky's javelins out of the ground and just tosses them to him.
Damn, Panic, you scary.
Only when they're allowed to be.
This is the 4th encounter that we've just scared or negotiated our way out of.
It's good work, everyone.
I mean, I
do we
feel
know which
like
way
it,
we're supposed.
I feel like
Okay.
it was. I feel like it was work, but I don't say it was good or
Task was
bad.
just sitting there like, to be honest, I'm kind of astounded we walked away with that mostly unscathed.
No, you guys, between Doros and Panic, you guys scared it pretty thoroughly. Surprisingly, it has a really high wisdom, which makes me upset.
Aw.
Good, fuck him.
Cool. So, which can we walk the way that we're supposed to be going since we came from one and are going to head the
Yeah,
other?
for sure. You guys keep on walking forward. As As you do, as you walk past, you want to collect that tentacle task.
Yes.
All right, you get one.
Yes.
You get one roper tentacle.
Nice.
Add that to your
Put it
inventory.
in your inventory.
Yeah, I will.
If we can do anything with it.
The invention.
I'm sure you could do something with it, like cook it.
Yeah, that would be with our resident mage. Oh wait.
Don't worry, we're gonna get it back.
Right. Yes.
We're gonna get it back.
It
Yeah.
back.
Forky's like, oh right, I forgot why we were here.
Task, you know that actually roper tentacle is actually a delicacy. It's actually like
See, you can cook it.
yeah.
That's gross.
Once you
Under
skin
dark knowledge. Under dark knowledge.
Everything is delicious deep fried. Okay.
That's
just-
not true.
It's
Yeah,
not-
but you
deep,
say you okay.
Deep,
you
deep fried broccoli, deep fried Mars bar. That's like the whole spectrum of our food.
No, you see now I need to make tasks somehow like Trevor Belmont. I was gonna make this into a whip.
you can hold on to it. You have it.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay, into the bag. You guys proceed on forward through the cave, and it keeps kind of this humid sort of thing. As you guys move on forward, Borky, you feel a weird sensation.
What is the sensation, sweet
Oh no.
divination?
Movement under your clothes.
What?
What?
Borky just scratches where it's at.
You feel a lump. You feel a small lump there.
Where? What?
It's kind of like right where your chest is with your jacket.
Borky
It's like about the size of a grapefruit.
is. What the heck? Borky grabs at it.
Okay, you feel fur.
Borky, sorry. What is the texture of the fur?
Very soft.
Borky grabs it and pulls it out in front of his face.
All right, you pull out Bright, the Barchoba familiar.
Oh, look, guys, look who's here. I didn't even notice him. It's the craziest thing.
Do we all know that's a familiar?
Yeah, you know that's Willow's familiar. It was at the wizard's tower. You didn't pay
Right.
attention to where he went, and he slipped inside of your clothes.
I swear to God, I thought you were gonna say it was a treble. Or a triple. I thought it was gonna be a triple.
Oh,
Wait,
boy.
If Willow attuned to it, maybe the Barchoba can find it.
Yeah,
Find
that's,
Willow.
my God. You're brilliant, Panic.
Yep.
Well, everyone give pets real fast. Everyone give Willow, by the way, this is Willow's pet, Lily. This is the Barchoba.
What does a Barchoba look like? Just
I will show
for
you.
my
Oh,
reference.
jeez.
It's
Slimes.
it's so cute. Limes, it's your new favorite thing.
Oh, here we go. You ready,
I'm
Limes?
prepared to react appropriately. Let's go.
Yep.
Lily's hands go to her mouth, and she just like makes this really like tiny noise, and then she sort of like reaches up as if like she just wants to touch the.
You want to hold it? You want to hold it? You want to hold it?
Yes, I do.
Okay, here you go. Here you go.
It's about the size of like a large rabbit in a way, almost.
She holds the Barchoba just reverently and just gently scratches it. Oh, it's so cute! Oh my goodness!
It looks like it's been through like a tumble dryer. Like its hair is all over the place. Its eyes are wide.
I'm gonna
It is-
press. I'm gonna press.
Lily's gonna like just gently smooth the fur and soothe and talk to it. Just try and comfort it a little bit.
Borky, you hear a little voice in your mind. Wielder.
Borky talks in his mind.
Hello, my name's Borky.
You crushing the social encounter. Let's do it.
I'm aware that you are Borky. You once wielded me as a blade.
Yes.
You know, you know you can look at me when we're talking, right?
I shouldn't want to distract you. You're hanging out with Lily right now.
Her pets are satisfactory. They're quite good.
No, she's a sweet bean. She really is.
In regards to my master, I have seen where they are.
You have? Are they up?
Yes. They are in a cavern made of ice, and currently they are running out of spells to keep themselves warm. Her hands are currently burnt.
You said they, you mean your master?
Yes. My master.
Just her?
There are sounds. The walls are shaking and the ground is moving. I do not think she is safe.
Well, can you lead us there?
Give me a minute. This is really nice.
Just 30 seconds, 30 seconds. I understand.
30 seconds. And I could illuminate this cave if need be.
See that? Oh, you're just so handy to have in a pinch there, Bright.
Oh, thank you.
I realize I've been staring at a wall the entire time I've been having this conversation. I hope no one's noticing.
Hey, look. Okay, over there.
1 second, one second, I'm talking to Bright in my brain.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait,
I guess
what?
that makes sense. Okay, so Bright used to be a sword, and Bork used the sword. Like that's really the gist of it.
Ah, yes, a tuned weapon. Can it find Willow?
Yeah, he just wants 30 seconds. Lily's pets are
30
really
seconds?
nice. Like 10 seconds at least left, at least like 9.
And he jumps out of her hands eventually, just kind of shakes.
We're on a
and
time crunch.
Borky, it speaks to you, yes?
Yes, it does. Would you like to ask
Can
it a
have
question?
it lead you where we need to go.
Quick, Watchoba, guide us. Borky
Has
gestures.
it seen Willow?
Yes, she's in a cavern. It's full of ice, and she's running out of magic to keep herself warm.
Oh, well then let's hurry.
And we need to make haste.
Doros is just like pale. He's like, let's go.
All right, follow Bright. Oh, also Bright could illuminate it, by the way. And she likes
excellent.
And he likes you, Lily. As we all walk.
The Barchoba walks sort of daintily forward.
Remy's
in
gonna
the
walk as
cave.
close to it as possible without getting outside of its light dome.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're gonna say this thing, it emanates light. All the people with dark vision just automatically look like they had a fucking flash in their face.
Borky leans into Remy's ear as we're walking, as we're following.
I didn't say it out loud because I can tell Doros is really stressed out, but apparently her hands are very badly burned.
That's probably for the best that you didn't say that.
Monty, since we got jumped by a living tentacle stalactite, I'm going to keep an extra eye on stuff around us. Just
Okay. Roll a perception check then as you guys continue on forward.
Oh, good.
Come on, Grex.
Perception.
Perception.
Very nice.
Okay. As you guys move forward, eventually Bright kind of stops, and Greckles, as you peer forward, you see some more creatures. They're almost like slugs with scales, with 4-pronged tentacle fakes and beaks in the center, and they're kind of bickering over what looks like some dead bats on the ground. They're like,
Oh,
and
guys,
each other.
Guys, stop. Look over there.
Okay, we're gonna look. And perception time.
Can
Borky's
Lily tell what they are?
That would be knowledge arcana.
Oh, okay. It's not like a nature thing. All right.
No.
Would Task know what they are?
Task, you can roll with advantage. Oh!
I'm freaked out. I'm freaked out.
Listen, wait, you said this is an Arcana check to identify them?
Arcana check, yeah.
Nat 20!
Oh, natural 20.
Damn!
Nope.
Damn!
Natural 1.
Birds are grabbing each other right now, going just scared like a Scooby-Doo-esque grab.
Panic and Task in particular, these are called Gricks. They're almost like, they're worm-like. They like to live in caverns, and they will definitely attack anything that comes close to them. They don't really hunt, but they like to kind of ambush and then kind of feed off of leftover food, essentially. So it looks like they just killed what looks like a giant bat, and they're all currently feasting. There's about 4 of them currently munching down on this thing.
All right, it's a couple of Gricks. We need to go around these things, make sure they don't notice us. They're ambush predators.
Borky in his mind.
Right, do we need to go through the Gricks, which are the things over there that I don't know what they are?
I do not know what those are either. I recommend that we do go around, but that path I cannot see. I will rely on you for that.
Is there another way to get through?
It's kind of like a large, almost open chamber.
Oh, great. Would I know if they're fairly intelligent creatures as well?
They're dumb. They're very dumb.
Oh, good.
I see.
I
Lily.
have an option. Speaking of
Oh,
being
yes.
scary.
Oh, hang on. Go ahead, Connor.
Well, I don't want to waste a spell. So what are we doing?
Well, I was going to ask Lily, did the snout thing that you saw earlier, did it say anything else when we got to look for anything?
No, not really. It just pointed out the path.
As far as I can remember, it was.
Yeah,
the
it just
rogue.
was like, here's the way to go. Leave me alone. Was basically
Yeah.
the gist of the conversation.
Don't
He
suppose
was very
there's any.
worried about his wall, so our conversation wasn't very long.
I don't suppose there's any other creatures you could commune with to figure out if there's another way around.
I probably wouldn't want to communicate with the Cricks. Or
Uh,
with the
you
things that I don't know the
guys-
names of.
I didn't catch if I knew those. I don't think I do.
Let's see. No, not with that check. You don't.
I'm going into stealth with a 25.
Okay, yeah, you slip down and you kind of ease around them. As you guys do, Greckles and Task, you guys kind of slip around. Let's see if they notice you.
I'll save it for plan B.
After they get
Ew.
eaten.
Isn't
They
your
do
plan
not.
B? Isn't your plan B to seduce them?
You guys watch as Task and Greckles get low to the ground and just slip around them. As they do so, two of the Gricks begin to fight, and then a bunch turn on one and begin to actually rip it to pieces and begin to eat another one.
That might be your chance to go.
Remy's
So-
gonna try to move stealthily.
That's why I didn't want to talk to them.
Athletics check if athletics or acrobatics of your choice to run past them.
Athletics.
Okay. Acrobatics 10.
23.
Acrobatics. 17.
Okay, nice, not bad.
Boop.
Oh, okay. As everybody else kind of runs by, Remy, you get kind of caught at the end of the line, and one of them actually like notices you run by and is like, "Ah!" and snips at you. It's going to attempt to attack you with its beak because it's very angry.
Ah,
That's a 6. I don't think that's
that'll
gonna be-
miss big time.
It chomps onto the side of your boot, and you see it almost dent the armor, but you slip by and keep running. It's like, and like
Kick it in
digs
the
its
face.
face,
Jerk.
digs its face back into the carry-on.
Yeah.
Just immediately gives up.
Doros gets by too. His athletics is pretty good.
Woohoo!
He just
All right,
jumps
There, I
over
distracted
them.
them for you. Haha.
Yeah, that's an 8 plus 9. I think he's made it through.
I'm gonna keep that bird sonar going to see if we get jumped by anything.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Bright
keep following
kind
the
of-
bright thing.
Bright goes on ahead, and eventually you guys hear the sound of screaming wind up ahead. And you hear kind of the low hum and then the whip of a wing in the distance, the swirling of air, and then whoof, whoof. And then as it stops, you feel the ground rumble. You now see at a far off distance the silhouette of the dragon caught up in the swirling clouds of snow, kind of going from side to side on the peak of the mountain and then disappearing inside of a cave entrance as you guys poke your heads out and you're left bare and out to the whipping, cruel winds of the mountain peak.
God. Oh, it's still getting colder.
Just what a kobold needs, more cold on his blood. Thanks, good, great.
Borky tosses Task a frost-resistant potion.
Nice.
Hey, Task, I bought this in town. I think you need it because you are a hot dragon by nature.
God damn it. Did I take the fucking scroll?
It's a potion,
It's
but
a
yeah.
It's a
you take
potion.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I just Tash just looks at okay, thank you.
Do you take it?
Yes.
Okay. You take it. Doris kind of shakes. Even him for a Goliath who are more adjusted to this sort of elevation, he's looking pretty chilly as well. Also, considering he's not really wearing any winter wear. He actually kind of like reaches over and like wants the blanket that you guys have.
Does he want his armor back?
Would you like it?
No, it takes time for him to put it on, so he's not going to put it back on.
Is he just bare-chested right now?
Basically, yeah.
Oh boy.
That
He's
is
fucking
that's
he's
pretty badass.
Conan the Barbarian right.
no. Know what he's doing right now, guys? He is front of romance noveling right now. That's what he's doing right now. Okay.
That's fair.
Oh, that's fair.
Oh man.
Lily gives him the big blanket that she
Okay.
was wrapped in and takes out her small gnome-sized one because she's cold as heck as well.
Yeah, it's super cold. You guys.
Remy's just gonna trudge forward with limited protection because there's no time to lose. He's gonna follow the right thing.
Okay. As you guys proceed forward, the snow is for the average size races at least up to your knees up at
Oh,
this
great.
point. There is a sort of side carved path, obviously made by the giants, but it is definitely not regularly used. Bright just gets lost in the snow. Like Bright eventually is just like, Wielder, may I sit upon your shoulder?
Okay, but stay on the left one. Lily's got access to the right one.
I feel a little offended, but I understand, I guess.
First come, first serve. Right, you gotta accept that.
That's fair. He climbs up on top of your shoulder and sits down.
Lily gives Borky's pants or whatever, or his boot a tug, and he's like, "Can I as well?"
Oh yes, get up. Would anyone else like on board?
Greckles raises his hand.
Is this Greckles just like? Am I giving Greckles a piggyback now?
Actually, Doros is gonna grab Task and Greckles. Actually, if you guys are willing, he's gonna pick you guys
Sure, why
up.
not?
Yeah.
Task, he puts you on one shoulder. Greckles, you're on the other. Remy, you're out of luck. I'm sorry.
Remy wouldn't want to be carried. He's a soldier. He's marked.
Get on. No, you get on Panic's shoulders right this instant.
No, that's just no.
We can't form Mecha Shiva yet, okay? It's still.
Why not? What are we doing?
We're walking through the snow and it's cold outside, and you got somebody to love. Ooh.
Honestly, Doros has like double turrets right now, so.
In a way, yeah. As you guys proceed forward, I'm gonna need a Constitution saving throw from everyone. If you have taken the cold resistance potion, you have advantage.
Yay!
Rest of you, it's just a straight roll.
Woo!
Can I?
Yay!
19.
Oh, thank God, 19.
13.
17.
Okay, Doros.
I'm freaking huddled over Kajikiri right now.
Yeah. Oh, and Bright too. Okay, wow, Bright rolled a 20.
Can I
good
use
job.
Can I use prestidigitation again to?
This wind is so intense that no, there's no besides something like internal, there's nothing really to kind of stave it off. But the only one who failed was actually Lily. Lily, you take a point of exhaustion.
No, I haven't rolled yet.
As your fingers begin to freeze up, your toes begin to ice up as well.
Can
your
I
nose
actually
is
hold
red.
before that happens? Would it be possible, as I see she's shivering, can Borky pop out the other frost-resistant potion and give it to her too?
No, you should have that was
dang it! I was saving. I was saving it.
Sorry.
Dang it!
I appreciate it anyway.
As you guys proceed up the mountainside,
I haven't rolled yet.
Oh, you haven't? What? Roll!
I was asking if I could use prestidigitation, and then everyone cut me off.
Oh, sorry. The answer's no. Sorry.
15.
15. Okay,
Oh,
you
you're good.
pass. You just passed with the 15. As you guys proceed up the mountain, Doros is fine. Doros is kind of shivering a little bit, but it's mostly out of nervousness, and he's keeping a tight grip to you, Task, and you, Greckles, as you guys make your way up the mountainside. You see the shadows of the dragons whipping in and out of the clouds, just barely out of reach. Task, I'll let you roll another insight check.
Insight?
Yeah, insight.
All right, here I go doing an insight. 14.
Okay. That's a pissed off dragon. It is very angry. You don't know why. As you guys do proceed forward, though, the snow begins to shift, and all of a sudden, from up above, with the dragon's movement, a wave of snow comes down. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw. And as this happens, Greckles, you immediately pass. As in a panic, Doros takes you and throws you up into the air as it comes to save you. Need everybody
boy.
make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
Wait,
jeez.
so I don't need to roll.
You don't need to roll.
Natural
no.
one for Borky.
Natural one
Oh,
for
I think I'm
Borky.
good. I think I'm
Did
good.
he just ice break us?
8.
Wow, all
12.
of you guys failed.
Wait, what happened to... Oh, there it is, 11.
Yeah, Doros fails too because he took disadvantage to save Greckles.
Oh!
Greckles, as you are thrown into the air and you land on an icy edge, you watch as all of your companions fall off the wave of snow and disappear into the whiteness below, leaving you completely alone. I want everybody else in the channel to mute themselves.
Okay.
Oh, okay. This is a thing that's happening.
Bye, Greco.
Oh, okay.
Greckles, you hear the screams of your companions as they descend down and disappear, muffled out by the whiteness and the swallowing of the snow. And you're left completely alone on the hill, grasping at your chest.
Is there anything I can do? Is there any way to rappel down? Is there any way to try and save them?
You look down, the edge you're on, if you were to rappel down, it would probably break. And as you're contemplating, pacing back and forth how to get back to your companions, you hear something land behind you in the snow.
Turn around.
You see the Mask of Lies. and it begins to roll into the entryway of an icy cavern, where you hear the screaming roars of an angry dragon. What do you do?
In any other circumstance, Greckles would turn and either run, fleeing, or rappel down, but after everything that's happened with Lies, he trusts it, and he's gonna follow.
Like a wheel, the mask bounces across the ice, almost skittering forward. At every single time you reach it, it's tossed forward just slightly, as if by someone ill trying to move it forward. You hear the smashing as icicles crash around you inside of the cave. You hear roars and screams, the sounds of claws on ice, the sweeping of scales across the frozen tundra. Do you keep moving forward?
I want to stealth and move forward.
Okay.
I don't know if it's gonna matter, but that's a 15.
Okay. There's nowhere really to hide.
Mm-mm.
As you press forward, you peek around the corner and you see leaning down a great and mighty silver dragon, panting and wheezing, angry, teeth gnashing. He's frustrated. He's swinging around. He's reaching into holes. He takes off into the air and then he lands. Pure frustration. And the mask skitters forward. And there you are, with an incredibly powerful creature, knowing that one of your friends needs your help. As the dragon lands back inside the cavern, what do you do?
Is the mask still rolling forward?
It's lying on the ground between you and the dragon.
I pick up Greckles picks up the mask and
you walk inside the chamber. That will reveal you.
Right. Can I peek around to see if there's anything around in the chamber?
You see a bunch of small caverns, like little holes in the ice, perforated holes where ice is thawed and recooled. But beyond that, you see nothing. You see some scales, some silver scales on the ground where the Silver King has been thrashing out aggressively. You see chunks of ice strewn about, and you see Liza's mask.
And there's nothing that would resemble any sort of smaller chamber or anything to the like, correct?
You do see a few, but none that really stand out to you at this moment.
Greckles takes a deep breath, and he trusts Lies, and he steps forward.
Click, clack, click, clack. Your nails across the frozen ice as the dragon... Is that some sort of disguise?
No, it's not. Do I recognize that voice?
It's the Silver King. He reaches out and he grabs you. Do you resist?
No, I do not.
He grabs you, kind of shakes you like a doll a little bit. He smells you. No, you're not her. It's no disguise. Great. And he kind of tosses you to the ground. Now people are interrupting my meeting! And he kind of extends his wings and a rush of icy snow erupts around you. You don't get hurt, but it's enough to knock you off your feet onto the ground as he kind of lashes out his tail. You notice in particular with this dragon, his body, in particular a side of his chest, he's got a massive scar running around his wing all the way down to the center of his chest. If you want to roll a knowledge medicine, you can.
Yeah. That's a 3.
3, okay.
Not good at that.
You don't know what it's from, but it's not from a blade or a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wound that you know would happen. You've seen it before on some working animals. Where they have like a chain on them or something similar, and then they kind of grow into it. You see it happen with trees in the Eastern Isles, where it kind of grows around something that was there, and you see the indentation in his skin. Who sent you here? Did she send you here?
No, nobody sent us here. Do you not recognize me?
Oh yes, you were from the ball. I remember you. You had good stories. I appreciate that, but this is none of your business. You should return and go back home.
Well, unfortunately, I can't go back home, and all of my friends may very well be dead.
Then I shall cast you from this mountain.
Greckles takes a deep breath. I am almost certain I know who you're looking for. If you will just be patient and let me help you, we might be able to help each other.
And you watch as the mask on the ground reseals the final crack. And everything is still, and all the snow and all the clouds. And the rest of you, as you are currently kind of collecting yourselves at the bottom of your falling spot and make your way up, the clouds swirling around the mountain come to a still as the dragon rears up its head, almost impressed. And you watch as your companions come running in to the cave. Wounded, but they come running in. Roll their damage.
Oh, that sucked!
Guys. Not now. Just stay calm.
For the sake of your fall, anyone who failed, which was all of you, you guys take 21 points of falling damage.
Christ!
Oh, good.
Oh, that's okay. Just a flesh wound.
Panic's
It was
looking
halved
fucked
because
up.
it was halved because you fell on snow, but you got pretty messed up. Doros has a broken arm.
Panic
Jeez.
is looking seriously fucked up right now.
I ain't looking too shabby myself there.
Remy seems decent.
Good for you.
How many of there are you?
This is it.
Oh, for God's sake, can I have just a moment of time before someone has to come in and interrupt it?
I stand
Where
by
is she? Where has she run off to?
We don't know.
Her smell emanates from all around this cave, and yet I cannot find her.
Greckles takes another deep breath. Would you like us to help you?
Bring her to me. We've had a long overdue talk. The dragon sits and waits.
Greckles' eyes to everyone else. Well, this is it, guys. I guess we really don't have much of a choice. We have to find her.
We have to find her to help her, but we can't just hand her over to the king.
One thing at a time, Remy.
All right.
Let's go.
All right, who is actually hurting the most though right now? Sound off your HPs.
I'm in single digits.
I'm casting.
There you go.
a
That
heal
answers
on-
your question.
Yep, casting a heal on Panic.
While they're healing, I'm gonna look back at the mask.
Can I cast a heal on someone as well? Like,
Yes,
who's-
absolutely.
Who else is hurting? Did you say Doris have a broken arm? Can I help?
He has a
with
broken
that?
arm.
Healing him for that won't fix the arm.
Will
Rip.
lesser restoration do anything?
That was more disease, poison, whatnot. If he goes to a temple, he could probably heal it, but he's just kind of crutching it for now.
Get eight HP back for you, Panic.
Oh. I'm back to double digits.
Yeah.
Is anyone else like
You
very
can heal
very
panic
low?
again.
I'm
Okay.
I'm okay for now. I'm at 29 at 50.
I'm
I'm
at
at
20. I'm at
17.
23, so I'm hanging in there.
Okay, I'm gonna heal myself then.
Good.
Can-
Smart
Go
move.
for it.
Don't mind me, just gonna touch myself. Here.
Can I
Whoa.
roll an inside
Nice.
check on
10.
the? Oh, good job. Is it 10?
Yeah.
Nice.
Back to 27.
Can I roll an inside check since the Silver King was talking earlier?
Yes,
kinda get us-
absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to inside as well if that's
24 with an at 20 on the other side. If I get any in.
Because I've been talking with him. 21.
Okay. He's
No.
fucking dragon.
I mean, you try.
Fucking dragons.
Freaking
I'm
dragons.
sorry. I just heard the Super Mario. No.
I mean, to be fair, you were like healing, and you're like, what? Oh, never.
No.
Remy and Greckles, he's frustrated. He is like, he seems like a person who just got beat out in cards. Like that's the type of vibe you're getting off him. It's not like I'm in a murder. It's like I just lost a game of cards and I'm really angry that I lost. He's more like he's upset that he lost a game more than he is just generally upset. And he's just kind of frustrated in general as he paces back and forth. And the rest of you all actually do see him, so everybody else can roll in medicine if they wanted to analyze his scar.
Oh.
Sure.
Oh, very well.
Oh my god!
Really? That's a natural one!
Oh, fucking
I have
7.
like a 7 in medicine.
Is this for everybody that's not Greckles or just the non-insight people?
I will say, besides Remy and Greckles, because you guys just did an
Cool.
insight check,
Borky,
everybody
go
else
for
can
it.
do a medicine check.
That's a natural 20!
Oh yeah.
Double natural 20 from Borky and Panic.
Borky's about to analyze and be like, oh no,
No,
I'll say this.
Borky, real fast. Borky just turns Panic. Hey, Panic. You look at that right there on the Silver King.
Yeah.
Suddenly they're wearing lab coats and...
Doctor.
Well, you see the radius of the hemisphere.
It's very smart.
50 cc's of the happy stat.
So what do they find about the thing?
So, at some point when the Silver King was young, probably, and based off the scars, probably when he was about the age of Arcanos, the evil dragon you guys killed, he was probably chained and put to labor in his quote-unquote youth. And that had to have been for a long time, considering the large size of this particular scar. He was chained. You can tell by certain markings that it was a thick iron chain. And he was probably had that on for maybe even 100 years. Oof. And he kind of sits and pouts and kind of waves you off to go search the tunnels. Doros stands there with the sword at his side and does not move.
You stupid idiot, no!
He's just standing there. He's not budging.
I punch him in the leg. No!
Oh, God!
So I mentioned before, I want to inspect the mask as we're all walking around trying to find stuff.
It's just as you remember it. Not a single crack.
I'm going to put it over my face.
Okay, you put it on. It's cool to the touch. That clean white porcelain that you remember.
Mm-hmm. Guess I'll put that back in the pocket. Something to share later if we survive this encounter. All right.
Borky.
Back to the searching.
Yeah.
Do you think you could use the familiar to track her?
I mentally talked to Bright. Hey, Bright.
Yes.
What do you think about that thing around the Silver King? Also, can we use you to track?
I'm not a doctor, but I assume he sustained some sort of injury in the past. And I have seen this one in Willow's memories. As her familiar, we begin to share our memories.
Oh.
And I do remember him.
What do you remember? Shot in the dark.
I remember a conversation, a lengthy conversation, but the words are kind of jumbled around, a bit hazy, almost like a dream.
Any keywords?
No, but feelings.
What was the feeling, would you say?
Anxiety.
Okay.
Confusion, guilt.
Okay.
Life-crushing terror.
Okay. You sure she ain't she wasn't married in the past? But
follow me. And you watch as the Barchoba begins to jump forward towards one of the ice paths. And you watch as the dragon kind of tilts his head. Doros steadily follows. Who's leading the search?
I assume Borky's gonna have to lead it since he.
Yeah, with the Barchoba.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. If Doros leaves, Remy will walk right next to Doros.
Oh, I'm staying behind with him. I'm going.
No, he's coming with us.
Oh, I know, but I'm staying as close to Doros as much as possible because I will utter the fucking magic phrase to get him to stop moving. Doroski, you stop right the fuck now!
Roll an intimidation check with advantage.
Fuck you! You follow us right now, young man. 24.
Oh my god!
I punch him in the leg. Doroski, you fucking follow us right now.
He stiffens and he starts like speed walking, and he gives like a glance towards the Silver King and just kind of like keeps walking.
I'm gonna follow close to Borky, and I'm going
walking.
I'm going to take off my coat and have it ready.
Okay. As you guys continue down like the sort of narrow path, you see various almost scorch marks in the ice. It's like parts of the ice that appears to have been burned away. And as you get further and further, eventually Bright takes a sharp corner, and Borky, you turn the corner along with Panic. And you see a crumpled girl currently hugging her legs. Her fingers are raw and red, and you see sort of like burns now forming on her hands. And you look up and you see a Willow without glasses.
Willow!
And then as you guys say that, you hear Doros shoves all of you aside and she yells,
Willow!
and shoves all of you guys aside and runs up and just grabs her. He just picks her up and she's like, whoa, 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 whoa. I have to have him roll a strength check to make sure he doesn't crush her.
Oh dear.
Oh, I love it.
And he passes. That's good.
Yeah.
She's at 1 HP, so if he failed, she would have been crushed.
Oh, dear God.
Well, he runs up.
You did all that work and you killed her.
He runs up and he grabs her, and you watch as the two of them, like, she just hugs her so closely, and she's like, Doros, put me down, please. Oh my God, you're crushing me. And she's like getting kind of hugged really tightly. And he kind of sets her down and just kind of like doesn't want to let go. He's got her right there. What do you guys do?
Lily's so happy. She's like, "Aw."
Oh,
I'd like to immediately identify her wounds and if they are treatable.
Okay.
Ditto.
Which is oh God. This is
Medicine
gonna be-
check. That is medicine check for the both of you.
This
Here
is
we
gonna
go
be-
again.
Well, I'm gonna get a big fat 8.
9.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
Same.
10.
10.
You guys are the worst doctors.
All right, hold on.
Lily's
No,
like,
no,
Hang
no,
on
no.
a second.
I
Lime is supposed to be the
2.
doctor.
All right. We still got our lab coats on.
16!
Let's see.
16!
Just fucking there's fucking Borky.
Good. At least there's a just God in the world.
Borky's still sitting there. Fucking, you hear Dr. Mario as he walks up.
No, you hear the House MD theme playing. Ding, ding, ding.
At least it's like he's seen people get cut in half and stuff, so it sort of makes sense.
Between all of you working together, except for Panic, because you're just like, she's about as normal as she's ever been. You know, accidents and all that.
Wow.
Accidents happen.
Wow, even Panic's mind is a jerk.
No, that's me saying it, not Panic. I'm sorry, I don't speak for Panic. But, I mean, history being what it is with Willow and her chance of danger. She has very bad burning to her fingers.
I'm no Superman.
Borky, you immediately know that for burns like that, she should have her hands in something cold, like ice, which is ironic given the circumstance. She's also shivering, absolutely shivering. She's
Borky, I pull out
cold.
the frost-resistant potion, and I
Go here, drink up.
What is it?
It is frost-resistant potion.
Okay.
And if her hands need cold healing, yeah?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I take an arrow, I point towards the floor. Cool. I fire it, and it turns to ice. I hand it to her.
Okay, you get some
cave
slush and you
surrounded by
kind of
ice?
hand it to her. It's like ice, like chunks, though. It's like solid
Yeah.
ice. This is
Yeah.
more like slush that Task makes, and you hand it off to her, and she kind of just like takes it, and like Doros kind of takes it in his hands and kind of like puts her fingers to it. And then Panic, you put the jacket on her.
Yeah, I wrap her up in the jacket. Couldn't I just, like healing word?
You could, yeah. You could help her a little bit. I mean,
I
she's at 1
will.
HP.
I will definitely then cast healing word at 3rd level.
Okay.
Let me click it quick.
And that's like a circle, right? So everybody who's close by.
I
No,
believe
it's-
it's one target.
It's
Oh,
one
it's one
target.
target?
range.
So that is 12. Not bad. That brings her to this.
Hey, stabilize.
No, she's much safer now. She kind of like Doros is kind of just like just stroking her hair, just being like really like like nervous, and she just kind of like winces, her eyes closed, and kind of leans up against him, and just kind of like she's almost like hiding in a way, and she actually begins to weep, and she goes, "You shouldn't be here."
Neither should you.
Is there a way to sneak past him?
Not at all.
What on earth happened?
I made a deal.
What kind of deal?
When When Eltmer was invading Valithia and the neighboring countries, I knew I had to stop my family. And like them, by any means necessary. At one point in a meeting, I slipped a forged note recommending a path through the Silver King's mountain. And then they devolved the plot to kill him. And the night they invited him, I sat down and I told him everything. What they were doing to Valithia, the way they poisoned the neighboring countries, everything that my family did.
Does he know that this was your attempt to try and, like, stop your family's wrongdoing?
I wanted to put an end to Eltmer.
So you didn't tell him the whole ploy?
The agreement was that if I were true, if I were correct, he would come back and he would strike them down, and then he would put me on the throne. And he and I, we would be king and queen, I guess. But I wanted Eltmer to die. So when he came back, and I knew he was coming back, I was gone. I left. And I ran. And I kept running. And this time I didn't. I just wanted to learn magic. And I killed my own parents. I'm no different from them. She kind of pushes away from Doros a bit.
Willow, that's not true. You're nothing like them. At all.
I use their same tricks against them.
You didn't kill them. It was their own greed and their own ambition that chased down a dragon, and it was their hubris that tried to kill him. That's why they're dead, not because of you. I am so sorry. If you had been born in Valithia, this would have never happened.
Well, no sense dwelling on the past at this rate. What are we going to do about the present?
I guess that's a question for you, Willow. What is it that you want? Not what you're destined to do or what you have been promised to do. What do you want?
I want to stay with all of you. I want to stay with Doros.
After all of this, are you sure?
Eltmer needs to die. Every horrid piece of it.
Could we not just... Oh, I'm sorry.
The royal family can never sit on the throne again. Ever.
I mean, I know it's not part of the same deal, but could you not just hand over this title over to the Silver King and let him have the two countries?
I don't know why he's not content with it. That's what I'm confused about.
He's a dragon.
I haven't been able to figure out why he cares so much about it either.
Borky mentions this, and Borky nudges to Panic.
The injury around him. Do you think it's because he was a slave at some point?
You mean that scar?
Yeah.
I had to hazard guess. Those looked like marks from chains.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of.
You again all see a light bulb go off in Remy's head. That's why he was so frustrated with Tarusk. He knows what it's like to be chained.
That makes sense.
And if he saw someone holding something that was in chains, giving it a second chance, could we not use that same diplomacy that he had with me against him?
I absolutely agree, yes.
You think
He's
he'll let
clearly
me
very
go?
emotional, but I think we could talk him down off the ledge.
That's all I can do, I guess.
I'm sorry I brought you all into this. I just
Willow,
want the
you didn't
opposite.
you
I
didn't bring
just-
us into anything. We came for you.
You wouldn't have had to if I just Panic, I should have told you my real name. I'm so sorry. I didn't want to leave any trail behind ever, anywhere.
It's not. It doesn't matter. It wouldn't have mattered back then either. I didn't know what that meant. You are not Willow Elizabeth, just the same as I'm not Virgil Vathrius.
And just as I am not Task.
What?
By the way, I think that's the first time you've heard his real name.
Yeah, Panic just said
you've
his
never
real
said
name.
that before.
That's why Borky's just got this most confused look on his face. Takes off his doctor glasses. Just goes like and just cleans them. Yeah, she's crazy.
That's okay, Borky. My name is actually Lily.
Well, at least I could trust you.
God damn it, Limes. Jesus Christ.
God.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
Can I insight Willow to see how she's coming around?
Go ahead.
17.
She's petrified. She's really scared. She's cornered. She's straight up cornered,
Yeah.
and you totally picked that up from her.
Remy's gonna put down his hand to her, knowing that she has to keep it in the ice, and just put it on top.
Okay.
Willow, the first time that we met, I was anything but a knight and a gentleman, and I want to make that up to you now. We can help you. You don't have to go home. You don't have to be a queen. You can just be Willow. But you have to trust us and work with us.
She looks to you. She looks to you, Panic. To you, Greckles. Task, she nods her head to you. And Borky, she looks at you, kind of gives you a little smile. And turns to you, Lily, and it's kind of like, oh, who's this? Well, there's another one. And then she looks up to Doros, and Doros looks down to her and just, gives her a nod. If there's a risk of you getting hurt, please, just, whatever happens, just, I can't let you be hurt.
Task holds up his hand. Whatever happens will be unexpected.
And to be completely fair, how many bullets have you taken for us? Unnecessarily, might I add. If anything, we owe you.
How many of them were Panic, by the way? Like more than one, right?
Well,
Panic sort of droops.
Okay. Doros walks up to you, Borky, and kind of pokes you on the shoulder.
Yeah. With his hand or with his nipple? Like it's cold out.
Jesus.
With his hand.
Okay.
So if you were to walk directly towards you, then yeah, it'd be a perfect shot.
Ah, my eye!
There one. But no, he taps you on the shoulder and then he points to the fanny pack of holding.
Yes, sir.
Bob Borky reaches deep and starts pulling it out.
He reaches into and he pulls out his armor and he takes the time to put it on, his Avon armor.
You should do the same, Remy.
Remy's gonna strap on the pieces that he took off.
Okay, yeah, you all don your armor. Willow seems to be warming up a bit, and she's like, "Oh, Bright!" And she kind of leans down and picks him up. And as she does, Bright kind of turns to you, Borky, and goes, "Good job, Wielder."
Thank you, but my name is Borky.
And you guys are
Willow,
all...
can you walk?
I can walk. Yeah, I can walk. I'm cold, but I can walk.
All right.
My fingers really hurt, though. Doros kind of hooks, he kind of crouches down and almost helping a little old lady, kind of helps her walk forward a little bit.
Thanks for your help, dearie.
As you guys leave the cave.
Yep.
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 Lily falls
You-
into step beside Willow and just like, "Hi, I'm Lily.
Oh, it's really nice to meet you.
Oh, it's nice to meet you too.
I've seen actually a few of your letters in the we have like a mail system. I wasn't sure who that was.
Oh, yeah, I like to write letters to Borky.
Borky,
That's really nice of you.
Borky shows off his wrist.
She sent me this.
Oh, you're a really good friend.
Aw.
I'm sorry you were wrapped up into this too. I feel
No.
really awful.
No, that's okay. I was happy to help.
Thank you. As you guys make your way out to the main chamber, the Silver King is like sitting like a cat almost in the center of this large ice chamber. Remy, I want you to roll an insight on him.
Okay. Please, D20 or roll 20, please. 8.
Okay. You guys all move forward, almost reaching the center. And as you get close, the Silver King stands up, unhinges his jaw, and you watch as in rapid succession, he shoots every single opening to every single ice cavern, including the one you entered with. He freezes all of them shut.
Can I roll an insight on why the hell he would do that?
Sure, yeah. All of you can.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a little.
So I have advantage, right?
No.
Damn it,
No,
14.
you guys-
14.
Let me.
Hopefully that gives me more.
10.
Oof.
Yeah!
Oh!
Come on, Lime!
Live with a 20.
3, which
Natural
actually just
19.
beats him.
Lily knows nothing
Wow.
about this entire situation, but she's the most insightful apparently.
She's reading the room. She is
reading the
reading the room. He is preventing exit because, for the love of God, he does not want anyone leaving. Just not out of like evil capturing, but just like as fuck, you're not going anywhere. Like we're sitting down and we're talking. Like that's the sort of thing. Like he wants this conversation to happen really badly, is what you're getting, and the anticipation is killing him.
Does my insight at least give me enough to know that he's not being hostile so I on him?
Yeah. Lily, you know he's not being hostile. He's just being really like
Thorough.
thorough.
Got it.
Yeah.
He is
He's
holding
trying-
his place in line to get a copy of Smash Bros. Ready to
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Everyone will see Remy kind of start to unsheath his sword and then put it back in as he stops freezing the entrances.
You and Doros both. Willow actually kind of staggers. She seems kind of frightened. And the Silver King kind of perches. He goes, Elizabeth Eltmer, we are finally going to have this conversation, whether you like it or not. I have been chasing you for far too many years. And each time you manage to slip from my grasp. And it's pissing me off.
Dragon!
I have a name.
Yes, I don't quite know it.
Swallow is what Willow says. And he's like,
All right, what was his name?
Excuse me?
Swallow.
Slaro. S-L-A-R.
Swallow.
Oh, Swallow. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Swallow. Got it.
Okay, okay.
That makes more sense. I was like, what? Swallow. Got it.
And the moment Willow says his name, he just like, whoa. Like, he's like, kind of, it's like, all right, she knows that. And Willow
Well.
kind of steps forward and she kind of bows her head to him. So out of curiosity, how much do they know?
Is he asking Willow or us?
You guys. Yeah.
Enough.
A bit. Enough.
More than
Enough to know that this is not going to proceed as you believe.
I don't know anything.
That's true.
Me too.
I'll get right down to the bottom line, Elizabeth. I don't want to be king. Could you just please take this away from me?
Everyone will see Remy start to laugh.
Is that really it?
Oh.
Task will say that out loud, just like, are you fucking kidding me? This all happened under a misunderstanding between both parties?
No, there was no misunderstanding. There was a plan, and then the plan got sidetracked because someone added an extra layer to it.
Hold on.
Change!
Hold on. Pardon. Swallow, was it?
The
You mean
Silver King to you.
No.
Self-proclaimed king, first of all. Second of all,
Oh, listen,
am I to
hey,
understand?
Remy,
Let's leave the swords in the sheath, shall we? In both
listen,
verbiage and weaponry.
I have personally insulted dragons before. Trust me, not a good idea.
No.
Second of all, you mean to tell me you've been alive for thousands of years and you didn't have a backup plan? Really?
What Remy is trying to say is plans change and evolve, and you know the old saying, the best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. Nobody can predict the future besides, well, divination wizards, but who the fuck knows what's going on there.
Panic, let's get to the point.
Well, the point is, there's got to be something else that can be done here. Alamast isn't run by a kingdom, it's run by a council of intelligent individuals, and
Eltmer is in disarray. It's got multiple sides to it, some calling for my head to be cut off and others praising the ground I walk behind. It's a place of extremes on either end.
It's almost like removing the people in charge created a power vacuum.
Which is why the people in charge should take back their throne.
well,
Or
who's
maybe
to
people
say-
shouldn't be removing those in charge.
Who's to say that would even help things? What you're doing now, standing in for being the king of Eltmer, if you couldn't solve Eltmer's problems, what makes you think Willow can?
Because humans are better than dragons. Yes, they do not live as long, and no, they cannot create ice. But they can make communities. They can build a closeness to each other that I've only experienced once before. And I just can't seem to recreate.
Well, if you can't recreate the two scenarios that you're trying to think of, can't you give humans the credit to think outside the box of the two scenarios?
What do you suggest?
Borky holds up his hand.
Okay.
Hi. My name's actually Borky, just want to say that. Why don't, if like you don't want to be in charge, neither of you want to be in charge, why don't you both go there and form a council with all the factions? Kind of like Alavash is, but both of you two, official member of the old royal family, and the current king, and then you abdicate it, and then you have the blessing of the old one, and then you form like that, and then you could all just go off and do your own thing. That's it. Bye. I'm Bulky.
Exactly. That was what I was suggesting, a council of some sort.
Willow looks terrified of that suggestion. But if that happens and people know who I am, then
Well, how about? Well, hang on. Maybe the answer is half there already. Silver King.
yes.
I'm sure you're painfully aware that many Elmer residents already reside in Alava.
Yes, and I'm quite happy for them. They have families and loved ones. And he slowly turns and looks at Doros, who's like kind of holding Willow, and goes, "Oh.
Would it be at all possible then to encourage a migration from one city to the next, and then, with who might be remaining under your authority, create a tribunal?"
Of course.
That's what I was saying. That's what I just said.
Borky just
would-
turns to Reckles.
It would.
Feel a rush of wind as the dragon sweeps up his hand and kind of strokes through his silver dragon, almost scaled beard. Kind of runs his claws through them. They're still enemies, though. Elizabeth, you are aware of them. I've heard that they've been in the city. Which, by the way, good job starting that rumor that the escaped final royal family member was male. That was an excellent way to cover your tracks.
Oh.
Yes, that was her brainchild. And Willow's just kind of like, there's insight, Willow. Go ahead and insight Willow on that one.
All right.
Oh boy.
Ooh, that's
10.
A 10.
Oh,
Modified
panic.
20.
Panic
That's a
is
6.
Panic is the only one who picks up on it. There's a
Damn it.
smidgen of pride there from Willow. a little bit like a little bit of her like
She smug cats with a
out.
knife to her face as the Silver King's hand.
Well, Silver King, if your opponents hate you so much, they could just leave. They could come to Alavast. That would get rid of problem number 1. And then if people would still be willing to come together and form some kind of government, well, it should all fall into place, shouldn't it?
Sabotage? That was the way of the old Eltmer politicians.
No! Not sabotage. Natural coming together.
I'm just saying that they are going to come in and try and sabotage things. There's less chance of that if there's a royal family member on the throne.
That's why I was suggesting the two of you go, because then the ones who love you and then the loyalists that love her will be like, oh shit, they're working together. Well, maybe we should sit down at the table and not kill each other.
I mean, you could always lie and say that he's dead.
Willow actually likes that idea. She kind of looks at him. She goes, I mean, no one knows except for, well, them. He kind of snorts and like frost kind of comes out of his nostrils.
If the last member of the royal family is dead, there's no one to take the throne. They would have to do something different.
Yes, it would force change.
And you,
or
being the
anarchy.
next logical power figure, I assume, would be able to facilitate that. And then you could go about your business.
And then if you become the, let's say for this instance, you do become their new leader, couldn't you just turn it around and say you would like to pass leadership onto someone else you believe is way more worthy?
Like a, what's the word?
Successor?
Prime Minister.
Yes. like
An
a
heir.
Like an heir. Who could I have an heir with? He kind of ponders that.
Are one of your children who are still over in Alavas into politics of this nature?
Oh, no, the dragon should not sit upon a throne, much less like a metallic one. That would corrupt us easily to our core. We are humbled. We must remain humbled, as is our great god dragon would teach us. Which is why I feel
like
so
Panic looks
uncomfortable
at-
in this position.
Panic looks at his black dragon scale coat that he carved from a dragon. Humbled.
Well, is there not someone you could ask within the council in Alavas to see if they would like to take that position for themselves? That way we actually have someone who's from Alavas who could make this community, as Borky was saying.
Oh, there was that Solly girl. She was very sweet and nice. They did offer.
Perhaps
to me.
someone from Alavas should simply be a diplomatic relations advisor as rather sitting on the throne.
A, what's the word? Starts with an A.
Ambassador?
Ambassador, yes.
Well, I already have an ambassador. That's Redmond Bell.
Well, Silver King, if I may. Who do you have looking over the kingdom in your absence?
Currently, I have a couple of my children there, and a few of my a sorcerer friend of mine as well. I had him come in to collect relics and things like that, so most of the history was not destroyed. And he kind of turns to Willow and goes, as much as you would like it to be gone. And he turns back to you, and Willow kind of is just like not arguing with him at all on that one.
Would he not make a fine successor?
He's old, but I suppose his input would be appreciated, though he's so busy with archiving the libraries. And he's kind of like begins like rattling off a bunch of duties.
Could he not pass those duties off to subjects he would gain from this boon?
Yes, I suppose he has some apprentices as well. This is a very complicated thing. Multiple veins of people. I do not think we have the numbers at the moment, but perhaps. And he begins to pace. The dragon gets up and begins to pace back and forth, and as he does, the ground shakes.
I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, we're not politicians. They're warriors, and I'm a musician.
I'm not a politician either. I'm a dragon. I've read books on politics from ancient civilizations that are now dead, so you can see how well that worked out for them.
As someone who is both...
That would make you a historian?
Yes, exactly.
As someone who is both familiar with the region and the politics of the region, I think the idea of a tribunal or a council, whatever you wish, is the right idea, and it starts with proclaiming the royal families as dead.
He turns down to Willow, and Willow kind of clutches like Doros, and she looks at him and she goes, it's what I want. I'm sorry.
Swaro, if I may, an analogy you might appreciate.
Silver King!
Self-proclaimed king.
Let's not mouth off the ancient dragon, please.
Remy,
Look.
please.
Look, I simply wish to make a point. Do you really wish to chain Willow to a crown she doesn't wish to have? And he's going to very specifically emphasize that word.
I want you to roll a. I don't even know what this would be.
Only there's a
Persuasion?
manipulation check.
I think it's
It's
called
a-
a reflex save, Monty.
Yeah, do a persuasion. There's gonna.
This is not going to end well if I do wrong.
with advantage.
Oh!
And the save is gonna be lowered because
I will
of
have
that.
something to back up. I will have something to say to back up if this. goes-
18.
18.
Come on, baby.
How stubborn is he gonna be? That is. Wait, I gotta pull out Silver Dragon stats. Hold on.
Oh no.
That's a plus 12.
Oh no.
Roll very high though.
Ancient dragon.
Remember, ancient dragon.
That's all right. Remy was
Baby
ready to die.
dragon.
He's just going to eat him.
That's gonna be.
Just awkward,
No,
awkward.
failed. Very closely he failed.
Come on, Remy. That's what I'm talking about.
As you say, just chain. His entire prideful demeanor crumbles a bit. Like you just see him, he almost slips up a little bit. Is that what you would call it? That I would be chaining her to the throne?
I mean,
Look at how she has reacted. She nearly died in a cave to avoid it.
you're more or less forcing this on her.
Some could say she was born in chains.
You told Task at the ball that cunning can only be defeated by cunning, and she has done everything that she can to stay away from that throne. What does that tell you?
She's probably very good at playing chess.
And that she definitely does not want to rule Elton.
No, she doesn't. And it seems that our agreement has been ignored. He kind of looks up to Doros. But I suppose I can understand. You smaller folk are always in motion. Even the smallest. And he looks to you, Lily.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, Orthok, forgive me. You have my humblest apologies. I ask only for in return, perhaps, a shred of forgiveness.
Well, you did do a number on our tower.
Yeah, since we're negotiating here, you kind of destroyed our tavern.
That was actually not my fault. That was actually her fault. And he points to Willow and Willow goes, I had a thing that blocked his polymorph ability. It's very expensive.
Hands on hips, slight head tilted down. Willow.
I'm sorry. It was like a backup thing, and that was my fault. Yeah, that's why I actually panicked and flew off, because at that point all eyes were on me, and like I said, I need to have a private conversation.
What?
Oh, okay. So you walked into the tower, and then the thing removed your polymorph, and you turned back into a dragon.
I don't think we're looking at the bigger picture of the huge scenario at hand here, gentlemen.
No, but I can see how that'd be awkward.
It is awkward, yes, but the even bigger awkward thing is that we walk back with the Silver King and with Willow at the same time. The first thing they're gonna do is pass blame on this poor guy, and then we're gonna have to be the ones to bodyguard a dragon who may have just captured someone and destroyed a building on ground.
Listen, I have an idea. We can escort both Willow and the Silver King back to Alavast. Now, Silver Dragon, if
King.
you are as repentant as you say, then your commitment to Alavast and its area will stand, regardless of what happens from here on out.
If, in turn, people from Eltmer are encouraged to return.
Encouraged but not forced.
No, never.
In return, I will also put in a word with Valithia to help you ease the council into existence in Eltmer. They will have some sway.
Perhaps the surrounding countries would be willing to lend a delegate of sorts.
I believe that would be wise.
Hmm.
And We will all personally vouch for you when we return to the city.
Hopefully you haven't gotten into any trouble on my behalf. I would be
Oh,
quite
believe
embarrassed.
me, it's going to be bad when we get back.
We're used to this sort of thing.
I'm not sure if I should bring this up.
Bring what up?
Panic leans in. The kids.
Oh, yeah, we need to get back ASAP. Silver King,
Yes.
while we're all being honest, as we left to come find you and Willow, some of your children were not harmed but detained by Alavast in the confusion.
Oh, geez, all 15 of them.
We saw at least one, and I tried to assure them as much as I can in Draconic that as long as they comply, nothing will be amiss of their incarceration.
And do not blame Commander Bronzefang. It was my command that he...
It's a smart idea, huh? My children range from either very calm-natured to a little bit more abrasive, but they mean well.
Well, we only found the calm one, so I'm a little afraid of what's going to happen if they found the rowdy ones.
He kind of laughs. He's like, oh, I shouldn't laugh at that. I'm sure they will be on their best behavior if I'm not around.
A night at the local pokey builds character. Trust me, I know.
Well, I suppose.
We've all done time. I'm sorry, it was too easy.
It's true, though. Except for Lily. Lily's never gone to jail, unless Lily has gone to jail.
I've gone to jail 7 times!
I've never committed a crime in my life.
That they can prove.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the other thing too, there is one other problem. It's the dead of night, it's blistering cold out, and we have hundreds of stone giants below us.
Oh, okay, I'll just come out and say it. Can we have a ride?
He starts laughing. I will give you a ride, but you should get bundled up, I think, before we do so. And everyone kind of like rests a little bit. I'm gonna say everybody gets a short rest.
Yay!
Okay.
I'm also going to be.
Panic goes over to a wall and just starts throwing his guts up. He was so fucking scared.
While we're resting,
Panic, are you okay? Willow kind of comes over and pats your back.
It's been one hell of a day.
I just realized we didn't kill a single stone giant this entire time.
That's probably for the best, board.
Oh, yes.
Really quick out of character, what do we heal?
The short rest is... I'm just gonna Google it.
I think it's your hit die. You roll
it's
your
hit die. Number
Just
of
one
hit die equal to your level, I believe.
Oh, well, screw that.
So it's hit die level.
Short rest. Period of downtime, at least an hour long. A character can spend one or more hit die at the end of a short rest, up to the character's maximum number of hit die. So for Borky, for example, he can roll 6 d12s to heal if he wants to.
Okay, we're good.
I will also play Song of Rest.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
That'll allow you to do heal an additional.
While
the Silver King at this point reverts to his human form.
while we're resting, by the by, you guys might want to come here for a second.
What's that?
What's up?
Greckles pulls out the mask, and it's perfect.
It's whole.
How about that?
When did this happen?
When I didn't run.
Panic reaches out to grab it.
Okay, you pick it up. It's cool to the touch.
Oh, Lily, Borky gestures at it. Long story with this, Lily. Don't worry, I'll tell you sometime.
Oh, okay. It's
Actually, Borky, we can't.
Right, I can't. Just know it was crazy.
I'm sure it was really, really crazy.
Holds it close to his face. He just whispers, "Dust drifting, directionless, divine."
Nothing happens.
Here's a question for you guys. Do you think we should bring this back to the attic, and would it do something?
If we can get back there.
Yeah, I'm not sure how we're going to get back there, but I'd say if we can manage it, it's worth a shot.
You watch Greckles as you're kind of standing there. The Silver King kind of walks up to you, He kind of pokes you on the shoulder. He goes, could I have just a moment of your time?
Absolutely, sir.
This way. Kind of leads you over.
Sure.
A silly question real fast before you start. Are there silver dragon scales on the ground everywhere?
There are. There is a...
Just start gathering it, guys.
Well-
Let's make some armor.
This
There's
is
not a lot. They're about the
images
size...
and emotional turmoil.
And you're thinking about dragon scales.
You find 5 large ones, which are about the size of like a small appetizer plate.
Money! 5 silver
And-
dragon scales. Thank you very much.
And you find, plucking them up, you find about 20 tiny ones, about the size of a coin.
That's
Okay.
cool.
20 small, 20 big.
Hot damn, boys.
And the Silver King kind of leads you aside. Actually, he's gonna grab you and Remy. He's gonna grab
Okay.
both of you.
Okay.
He
Kinda
feels like chicken
grabs you
tonight.
Oh my god. Kind of leads you over and goes. And he takes a bit of a peek at Willow, who's currently being completely smothered by Doros at the moment. Doros is like is the parent to the child who almost got hit by a car. Like they're just like, oh my god. And he kind of turns and is like, do you happen to know any cute single mages in this area?
You have got to be kidding me.
Nah, Remy, come on. We're all resting. Let's all be civil. Your Highness.
Yes.
I'm thinking back. Do you have a preference?
No, not really. I mean, I can go for anything, I think.
I'm working on it.
Down.
Let me get to it organically. God damn it.
I'm not gonna say anything.
We do know one fellow named Ozzy. He actually doesn't live too far away from here.
Oh, really? What's he like?
What is he like? Hey, Panic! Hey, come here a sec.
Are you like?
Would you do us the honor of telling the Silver King what Ozzy's like? What? Greckles winks. Go on.
No, as far as Borky told me, he hates me now.
Okay,
Oh.
that is irrelevant. What is he like?
He's kind. He's sort of he's optimistic. He
Oh, I love optimism.
he likes to brew potions. He likes to read.
He's
Oh,
very quirky.
he likes books? What type of books does he like?
He likes any kind of books. I bought quite a few different kinds for him. I think it's mostly about potions, though. He's really into the whole potion business. I think.
I see.
He is very quirky, though.
Oh, I enjoy quirks.
I too like Boku no Academia.
I'm
sorry, it was too easy.
You had to. I know. I could see it.
Easy.
I would say, Your Highness, that if you did go pay him a visit, subtlety is important.
Yes, of course. I can do subtle. I can
Yes,
absolutely do subtle.
Trying to steal his hedgehog is a no.
No, don't steal
Well-
a hedgehog.
Okay, that's a strange note to put down in the memory bank, but there it is.
He's very lovelorn.
He's
Oh.
yeah. He'll
Silver King
sort
kind of grabs his chest like dramatically, like, oh.
Yeah, I just showed up and he fell in love with me. It's crazy.
Well, you did put on the charm.
Listen, I was bailing you out of a situation. I didn't know what to do.
Hey, I didn't say you did anything wrong. I just said you put the charm on.
Well, once this sort of business is maybe dusted off, I wouldn't mind perhaps paying a visit. Whereabouts do they live?
In Everbright.
Does Borky?
In Everbright, excellent.
does-
Aussie it was.
Does Borky hear this, by the way?
At this point, all of you guys are hearing this conversation.
Actually, Lily's good friends with him. Actually, Lily, what's he like?
Oh, Ozzy is the bestest friend. He's sweet. And we like to read books, and sometimes we make potions. And he's really, really nice to Thimble, and he's good with animals. And sometimes he can be a little bit sad, but most of the time he's okay and really, really sweet. And smiles. I like his smile.
God damn it. I
Borky
have
just-
so many cavities.
Borky just
Oh, so
gestures.
sweet.
The Silver King staggers. Is just like, whoa. Oh. Okay. No, that sounds excellent. If he's a single and he's got passions, that's good. I'll take a peek. But for now, I should get you all home. Let me just step back for a second, and this is a little bit dangerous. Just move back a little bit.
Greckles gets way the F back.
Okay, you watch as he kind of twists his form and once again becomes the great silver dragon that you remember. And he kind of leans down. He opens up his hands. He goes, I can fit probably all of you there. I'm going to kind of maybe lay out a blanket on my hands, and then I can kind of cup you to my chest, and then we can fly. It's almost like a blimp.
Lily, do you want us to drop you off Everbright, or you want to come to Elevate? Like what? I mean,
Actually, Panic takes the Ium stone of Ozzy, which he never took out of his inventory.
Okay.
And hands it to the Silver King. That's what he looks like.
Oh, he kind of presses it, and then the image of Ozzy appears. He goes, "Oh, new magics these days. That's just so fascinating." Oh, they're quite cute. Yes, I love the messy hair. It's all a charm.
You can keep that.
Thank you. I absolutely will. And he actually puts it underneath one of his scales and almost vanishes inside of it. Not like in a gross way, but like in a magical way. It's kind of,
yeah, but you know.
Oh, bad
Scoops,
image.
just scoops it in.
Oh, all right. Well, get in, Elizabeth. Willow, ladies first, and Lily, was it?
Hi.
Just right into my arms, right there. He kind of lowers down his hands that are cupped together. What were you gonna say, Limes?
Lily's happy to sort of go with all of them. I think she's intrigued by all of this.
Okay. You have a trip to the Druidic District, I think, too.
Yes.
Okay. You and Willow kind of gets on. Doros gets on, like, kind of nervous, but gets on, too.
Dorowski, get in there.
Borky scales
He
the mighty.
slowly pans over and just shakes his head at you like, no. And Willow kind of turns and looks to him and goes, Dorowski Grayscale, get on the dragon. And he just, his cheeks puff up with air, he clenches his teeth, and he gets on the dragon.
We all get on the dragon.
Right,
I'm gonna get a seatbelt on. I'm gonna
Remy's
strap
gonna be the
myself
last
in.
one. He's gonna take a long look at this.
So you cut out, dude?
You cut out there?
Oh, I said Remy's gonna take a long look at this thing before he.
Wow.
He just.
You cut out again, dude.
Again? Oh, I said he's gonna take a very long look before he gets on.
Okay.
And
You
then
know, I just realized something as Task is getting on. What would happen if, say, the stone giants are so mad that we kind of wrecked up their whole, like, try to throw stones at us as we're going off this mountain?
Well, then I will freeze them to death with my breath, as is Silver Dragon tradition.
Okay, that's a good answer.
I think we're in good hands, literally.
Listen, we didn't kill a single one of them. If they feel like they want to throw stones at us, fuck them.
Bosco, what were you trying to say, actually?
Oh, I said that he took a long time before he got on the. He was taking a real hard, long look at it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. As you guys all get kind of huddled in, the Silver King actually kind of crushes you all into a ball. Like, not like really painfully, but he smushes you all together so you're all warm and you're kind of all covered up in this large blanket. And you feel the strangest sensation. For you, Remy, it's pretty common. For you, Lily, you've never actually experienced this before. It's a new sensation because you haven't been as attuned to nature in order to unlock the ability to fly. Whereas the rest of you, you've flown a couple of times, but every single time it's weird. And in this instance, it's even weirder.
It's been accidental.
Yeah, it's never been on your terms.
And this is what we call clumsy flight.
You watch as the wings extend on either side of the Silver King, and he erupts forth from the mountain. You just immediately are launched into the air. All of you can feel your stomachs in your mouths as you get caught up in the whirling, blinding snow. And down below, you just see a blanket of white powder everywhere. The trees capped with snow. And as he flies and swirls around the mountain, you see a tiny little form with his thumb sticking up. As the Silver King kind of stops, and you see Corrid standing there.
Nice.
And he's just like, hey, you made it! And the Silver King continues down the mountain, leading you back to Alavast.
Oh, this is Griffin's times infinity for task!
With each flying stroke of the wings, you're set aloft as this fast-track trail over the trees. As he flies over top of the woods, the gusts of wind knock over the snow off of the treetops. Till eventually, you reach the edge of Tent Town, and you are all let off gently, and the Silver King turns back to his form.
Task hits the floor, throwing up.
Oh, sorry. I'm a little bit used to it.
No, I've,
Doros joins you. Doros is also not a flyer. He throws up as well.
Lily's eyes are like wide with delight. She's like, "That was amazing."
I was really crazy. What? I was nuts.
I have got to get a set of wings.
You do, yes,
I
you and me
recommend
both,
them. They're
Greckles.
quite fun. Well, I suppose I should tempt fate and move on forward. I should separate from you, though, to ease up a bit of the association, so to speak. I do hope that you will visit or perhaps send me a letter. And he turns and looks at Willow, and Willow's like, maybe. I think I need some time. Of course.
There is one more thing, if I may request it.
Yes.
You and me. I need to have a talk with you at some point.
Well, I believe you are with Balfour Boughton, was it? Yes. I'm sure we will talk.
Good. I look forward to it.
Also, if we're gonna send a letter, we're gonna need an address.
Oh, I'll talk to Redmond Bell. He can drop one off at your tavern. I need to pay for the repairs for the tavern.
Yes, you do.
Yes, that was well, technically we went over that, but you know what? Honestly, for the sake of image, I'll be a show to him before. I'll give you bonus. As a good heartfelt sort of apology.
That's very kind of you.
Of course, I try to be kind, and also given the circumstances, yes. But I should leave you to your night. You must be absolutely exhausted and cold.
I need to go find Tarisk. I hope this time he's not as fed as he was last time.
I hope he treats you well. And he bows, and he turns to Doris and goes, and I hope she treats you well also. He kind of gives a smile. Roll an insight for any. I think Panic and Remy roll an insight on the Silver King.
Okay. I need one of these to work on him.
Insight.
22.
15.
Okay. There is a sense of jealousy there, like envy. I think the Silver King had his mind set, and now it's been a little bit squandered in more ways than one.
Mm-hmm.
Doros just kind of nods his head.
To be fair, he would. Sorry.
As the Silver King heads through the gates, you guys follow. You go through the gates.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
As you guys walk through the gates, a piece of paper appears before you, almost sizzling into existence.
Take it immediately.
You recognize it. It's the mending spell that Remy used on Liza's mask.
Oh.
And you watch with scribbling, painfully scribbling, a word is sprawled. As if slowly the ink tip pops and sputters as the words are written before you over the runes of the spell, over the steel. And it spells out E-T-H-L, or E-T-H-E-A-L, Ethiel.
Ethiel.
In sputtering ink. And you most feel a breath on your back as you watch the attic rise up from its slack position back proper.
Oh shit.
And that is where we will end the session for
Oh!